I'm talking about when I go, hit the damn button, stupid. And they're like, what show is that? Because I'm doing the wrong quote.
Oh, yeah. Hit the damn button, nerd. Yeah. That's funny.
I go, it's that show with kids. And
yeah.
Like, oh, you mean
the Strange Kids.
Yeah, the Cosby Show. You know?
What's up, chat room?
Michelle's in it. Jeff Murphy, there you are.
I'm in the chat.
You are in the chat.
Kiljedas is in the chat. Raider Shark. Ebony Graves. It's filling up quick. Paul.
3 hours of Paul. Paul. Chronicles of the Black Hole is here. Jim Ogle. What up, John Ogle? That'd be Jim's brother.
Hey, Scott Gilbranson's in there. Scott.
Scott, Rob the Moderator.
Tyler Raider. Or Ta-da.
Ta-da.
Ta-da. I love to call him Ta-da.
That was one of my favorites when you came up with that. You're like, Ta-da, Raider.
Trinidad, que pasa?
What's up, Trent? All right, I think we're ready to go. It's episode number 255. 255 of Raiders Fan Radio.
Jackpot, baby. Raiders Fan Radio.
Oakland, LA, Oakland, Vegas, Raider Nation, wherever, forever. You got your old Uncle Mosh and Raiders Fan Radio from Murph's Man Cave, taking a lighter journey into the dark side. Sit back, put your feet up, pop a top, and enjoy the ride. Here we go!
Look left, look right, collecting top, a leaping top, touchdown!
We miss you, we love you, and we'll see you in the Hall of Fame.
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players, you have a great organization, and you tell them one thing, just win, baby.
Way up the middle, intercepted Filipiano at the 50, high running down, Oakland football, and I think Oakland victory.
The Oakland Raiders have scored on the most zany, unbelievable, absolutely impossible dream of a play.
Well, I love this team. I think this team can win. I think this team can win.
You are listening live to Raiders Fan Radio, hosted by Murph, Uncle Mosh, and Swag Jeff. Take it away, guys.
Raider Nation. Oh, wait, that's your line.
Well, thank you, Brent Musburger. What is up, Raider Nation? Your buddy Murph back once again for what we trust will be a fantastic episode of Raiders Fan Radio, episode number 255 of Raiders Fan Radio, if you're keeping track. So we appreciate you very, very much for joining us tonight. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight as we celebrate the Raiders. I hate to call any kind of a preseason win big, but we'll definitely celebrate the Raiders pulling the W in the Hall of Fame game. We'll talk a little bit about their game upcoming against the Vikings, and we've got a ton of stuff to talk to you tonight about training camp. And of course, though, at the end, We're going to hear from you, Raider Nation, because more of you and less of us is a good thing. And we have got a lot of you tonight. We have got tons and tons of calls and emails to get to tonight, so we're going to jump right into it. We appreciate everybody that is listening tonight. And so let me go ahead and start off. We got a 3-man booth tonight. Let me introduce the man that adorns the Western Annex of the Murph's Fan Cave desk. You know him, you love him. He is the one and only, the legendary Uncle Mosh.
That's me. And the new guy on the board did not hit my applause button.
Oh, wow.
Let's go to my camera.
Strike
QB
one.
Jeff, that's 1.
Strike one. Sorry.
Just
Okay.
don't make me look over my glasses.
There's so many buttons on this thing.
Hit the damn button, nerd.
It probably says cheer or crowd or applause. Or
Oh, my gosh. I think you
I
just
hit it. Nothing's
do
going.
it again. Hit it again.
See, it wasn't my fault.
Try it.
This is that great radio that we're so used to
Did it
doing.
not work that time?
No.
Oh,
Yeah, there it is.
Hey.
See, I hit it the first time, Mosh. It wasn't my fault.
It was, yeah, yes.
So we had 2 of the 3 of us blew it on that one. Uncle Mosh, nice to have you back.
It's good to be back. I'm glad I'm here.
Oh, absolutely. So glad to have you here, and look forward to talking some Raider football tonight. Going to get Uncle Mosh's take on the Hall of Fame game. Sure.
I do got one thing.
Okay, do it.
What episode number is this?
255.
255. You've all received telephone calls from the 255.
We have?
Have we?
Not the area code 255. The country number. Tanzania.
Really?
That's the Tanzanian Raiders.
Oh, yeah. Wow. That's a big deal.
We're number one.
Number one.
We are the
in
number one sports podcast in all of Tanzania.
That is absolutely
and we
true.
are, and this is episode 255. So this is the Tanzanian broadcast.
I love it, Mosh.
Yep.
You're not wrong.
Big
No,
time.
no,
Big
number
time in
one.
Tanzania.
You're not wrong. But huge. Tanzania, Costa Rica, we're big.
We're big, yeah.
We're big in Romania.
We are big
in
Romanians.
We're big in the Canary Islands,
Yes.
which is technically part of Spain, which we're going to hear from our good buddy Raider-born Rico. a little
It's
bit.
so true. So true.
Absolutely.
We
So-
are big in the United Kingdom.
United Kingdom, we're huge.
We're huge everywhere that hates the French. All right. Speaking of Italians,
Speaking of Italians, we're going to welcome in the 3rd man to the booth. He is adorning the Eastern Annex to the Southern Annex of the Western Annex of the Murph's Fan Cave desk. He is our resident quarterback. He is Laney College legend, Alameda High School all-time passing leader, MTSU University quarterback, and also now newly crowned the color commentator for all of the MTSU Blue Raider broadcasts. Let's welcome in QB Jeff.
Yeah.
What's up, Jeff?
Yeah.
What's going on, boys? It's a pleasure as always. I gotta give myself the crowd
Get
cheer.
yourself. Swag Jeff would have had it going during his
I know.
introduction.
Yeah.
Look, Swaggy, I know you're in the chat. I'm trying to do my best to hold this down. There's a lot of moving parts here. I got the board. I got my cold beer. I got the roster.
Yeah,
A lot
did we
to
tell
keep
you
up
that we're
with.
doing an auction that you got to keep up with too?
I did that last time. But here, I did that flawlessly
Yeah, you
last
did.
time.
Oh, excellent
So-
job. Excellent job.
Oh,
So,
oh my goodness.
hey, welcome back into the Fan Cave, Jeff. And so shout out your podcast, which is great. Shout out the business, and then tell us about the new gig, man, with Metal.
Yeah, so podcast is at Group of Five Guys. We cover the Group of Five conferences of college football. So Derek Carr, Devontae Adams, our 2 top guys, Fresno State Bulldogs.
Love
go.
it. Love
Speaking
it.
of, I just met your Bulldog here in the Fan Cave. So, so we cover all college football, Group of Five related, trying to show some love to them. So looking for a good college football podcast. We talk about gambling, tailgates, restaurants of the towns we go to. We travel a little bit.
Love
so
it.
It's a good time. We have a good time in the pod. And then got offered a position at
Come on.
MTSU to be the color
Come
commentary on
on.
the radio.
Let's go,
So,
dude.
Yes.
Congratulations,
pretty fired
man.
up. Give myself another crowd
Do it,
cheer
man.
here.
Yeah.
So pretty excited about that. I'll be calling all the home and away games, traveling on the road
Sweet,
with the
sweet.
team, and being able to do some more networking for the podcast while I'm in these Group of Five towns. So it's pretty awesome. I'm excited.
Tell me about it. Did they reach out to you? Did you hear about an opening? That was Wes's old job, right?
Yeah, Wes Counts
Yeah.
was also a quarterback at Middle. His work's getting pretty crazy.
Okay.
And
he's doing real estate or insurance or something,
construction,
right?
I believe.
Okay.
So he was having to step away, and they're looking for a guy. And I've never been somebody's number 1 draft pick before. But apparently, I was at the top of the board. So, when we had our meeting, I said, if I'm number 1, I better get number 1 money, right?
Yeah.
Well, so,
Yeah.
But no, I'm excited, man. Me and Chip Walters going to be calling the
and Chip's
games.
he's fantastic.
He
so
does a
you
great job.
If you're his wingman, just go along for the ride, baby. You're gonna have a blast.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it and getting to hang with the boys kind of a little
yes.
bit.
Yeah, man.
Traveling with the team on the road, get to eat with them and go see the nightlife on Friday night before the games of these towns. We get to go to Colorado State, which should be a fun one. I get to go to Miami twice.
Nice.
That'll be great. So as long as my wife doesn't kill me in the process.
Yeah, there you go. It's so funny. Some of the stuff that you're going to be experiencing, you'll have flashbacks to when you were playing for them, and you're going to be going like, okay, so who's that old guy over there? You know what I mean? They'll be, even though you're not an old guy, you're just a baby, but they'll be going. Now who is that guy? He used to play when?
Right?
Because so many people. MTSU is such a different draw now.
Yeah.
Every 4 or 5 years, it's reinventing itself, and it's becoming a thing.
Yeah.
And we're starting to get some really amazing players. MTSU might finally get to the chance where they get some crowds.
I hope so. We got to improve a few things. They're doing a good job. They brought some new positions in over at the athletic department. So we're taking the right steps in the right direction, I think.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
if I can benefit at all on the radio, give a little fire or spice to the broadcast. I'm a huge wrestling fan growing up, so I've been listening to a lot of Jesse the Body Ventura.
Hey, there you go. Nice.
Jim Ross, Jerry the King Lawler. So we got to throw some spice in the broadcast.
Sure.
The middle.
Yeah, no, you got to come up with. What was it that the all-time greatest color guy of ever came up with one word? Boom.
Yeah.
So when you hit your word, let us know, because I'm wearing the shirt, the famous shirt.
What happens in Vegas started in Oakland.
That's right, baby.
So, if in the course of tonight's conversation, you come up with that word, throw it out there, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll write it down. We'll plug it all the time.
Just channel your inner Madden, Jeff.
That's right.
You're heard him for long enough. There you go. Bring a little bit of that Raider Nation to the Blue Raider Nation, right?
Absolutely.
We appreciate you being here, man.
I appreciate you having me. I always love this.
We're gonna have a lot of fun.
We're going to the Super Bowl, guys. I don't know if you saw Thursday night. It was incredible. We're going to the Super Bowl. Let's just go. We didn't even have to play the rest of the season.
Done.
Yeah,
we're
ready.
Preseason otherwise, man.
Don't you just love
skip right to the end?
How everybody goes, oh, it's just preseason. I mean, it was a win, but preseason doesn't matter. It was a win. If we'd have lost that damn game, everybody the haters would have been hating. Oh, we're done. We're done.
Yeah.
Oh no, well, that's it. I'm out of here. It would have been. You know what I'm saying?
Look, the recipe to winning Super Bowls is driving all the way to the 20-yard line and kicking field goals, and we do that better than anybody else.
Better than
anybody else.
And we showed that we can still do it even in the preseason.
That's right, and that's the hardest time to do it.
All right, so we're gonna talk about the game here in just a minute. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's do it at the top of the show before we even get to the 255, because we always take our episode number and tie it back to something significant within Raider Nation.
Other than Tanzania.
Let's go ahead and jump into it. So first off, respect to Scott Gilbranson and Mo Moten and Silver and Black today. I did my first spot with those guys on their post-game show. Had an absolute blast, and the response has been overwhelmingly positive. So thank you so much to all of those of you on Twitter. Got hit up with a bunch of new Twitter followers. Our channel's got a bunch of new subscribers thanks to those guys. We appreciate all the new listeners to Raiders Fan Radio, and just flattered at the response. Anyways, so I got to go on and talk to those guys for 20 minutes about what I thought about what happened in the game. But now that I got you guys here in the fan cave, I want to get your response. Uncle Mosh, what did you think about the Hall of Fame game and how the Raiders looked against those pesky Jaguars?
Well, I was writing something down here. Thanks, Q.
All right. Well, I could toss it over to QB Jeff.
No, I got it. I got it. So I liked a lot of what I saw. I was surprised at a couple things. Is there a little guy that might be running for his job?
Well,
so
Josh
to
Jacobs?
speak, yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about him. And is he on the chopping block? Well, we'll get to that, I'm sure, later on in the show. But that was a surprise. That was a surprise to see him out there. And then Jeff and I were talking earlier, and he might hit on that in a little bit, but there was a Tyrone Johnson, and number one, he was the wide receiver.
Yeah.
Look good.
Looking good, So am I going to be so bold as to make a comment and say that, we might be seeing more of this guy? I don't know, but it was sure fun watching him the other night.
Absolutely.
And it was fun watching the Raiders.
Nice
it was
to see him on the field,
It was good
right?
to see the Raiders on the field. I don't care. I like racing. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's horses. I don't care if it's kids. I don't care if it's go-karts. I like a race. You know what I mean? I like a race, and it's the same way with football. I don't care if it's flag football in the street. I don't care if it's little kids playing football. I don't care if it's. I think the purest form of football is high school football, but I don't care if it's college. I just like football, and I was really excited. And I was like, man, this is football. My wife's going, is that preseason? And I'm like, yes, honey, you can go to bed now. And she's like, okay, see you, bye, see you tomorrow. So yeah, it was great. It was just good to see him, and we looked good, y'all.
We look good.
I know it's preseason, but if we'd have lost, we'd be all going, "Oh, we got room for improvement," But nah, we looked good. There were some good hard hits. It was a fun game to watch.
It's a fun game to watch, and it was surprisingly crisp for the preseason, and that was one of the themes that we talked about. That I talked about with Scott and Mo was that it was like. You hear Josh McDaniels talk about this attention to detail and you hear every coach say that, but it looked different. And I made the joke that there was once upon a time, Jeff, where we would watch the Raiders and say the early game and then watch the late games or the Sunday night game. And it was like watching a different sport. It was like, wait a minute, these receivers aren't running into each other. They're not getting holding calls every play. You know what I mean? It was like crazy. So to see that level of crispness again is the only thing I can come up with, my fan brain. To see that at the first preseason game after these guys have been practicing for 9 days, that was pretty impressive, wasn't it?
No, it was great. I mean, the level of execution, especially up front, that's what made me the most excited. And we saw a little Leatherwood out there. Looks like he's made some improvement. We need that guy to make a big jump. I mean, some of the holes, especially in those first two drives, you could drive a truck through them. And that's what Jacob, he ripped off a couple runs, and then I was excited. Zamir White.
Dude, let's go.
He looked good.
Man.
He looked good. He's going to be a great combination to Josh Jacobs. I really think so. And all this trade rumor nonsense about get out of here.
Oh, geez.
Why would you give that guy up? He's in he has something to prove. That's the type of guy you want in the backfield. Not a guy that just got cashed out a bunch of money that's just riding.
Right.
Yeah.
This guy's got something to prove. He wants to make that big check. Keep him on the roster. He can catch it. He can run it. He can do it all.
Give me the guys that are hungry.
Yeah, 100%.
Give me that guy all the time.
100%. Execution was great.
Awesome, man. Yeah, that was great stuff there. Can't wait for this week. It's going to be interesting. So, there were some. It was surprising that some of the starters started. We knew we weren't going to see Devontae Adams and Hunter Renfrow and Darren Waller and Derek Carr and Chandler Jones and Max Crosby, yada, yada, yada. We knew we weren't going to see those players. But you and I were talking about the deli today, it was kind of surprising to see Jacobs. And we were talking about how McDaniels has the theory that running backs need to start banging a little bit. They got to get, gets them into game shape quicker and whatnot.
Yep.
Was that surprising to you to see him taking the field so soon?
Maybe a little bit. I think, and this is just purely my opinion, because the way the guy that Josh Jacobs is, I think that he wanted those reps. I think he wanted to be out there to get himself tuned up. He knows what type of year this is for him. So he wants to get every advantage he can, get out there, take a few bumps, see some holes, because there's no other positions, maybe besides quarterback, that you have to be able to see it and react right now than the running back position and the quarterback position. So it's not something you want to wait 2-3 weeks into the season to kind of get back into that mindset. Look, you know what you're seeing, trust yourself, making the cut and hit it. So I think it was important for him to do it, and I think it's something that he wanted to do because that's the type of guy he is.
So I might disagree with you a smidge on that. I think everybody has to be trained to see what's happening and then make the split decision. The difference with what you're saying, though, with the QB and with the running backs is that they got to make the decision, make the move, look for the next one, make the next move.
Yeah.
It's like in wrestling.
Yeah.
It's move, counter, counter to the counter. So what they're saying is it's not just one shot. It's boom, that shot. Where's your next shot? Where's your next going?
Yeah.
You know, and that's what he's got to do. He's okay. I can get through the line of scrimmage here, and then where am I going?
Yeah.
And then when that hole collapses, where am I going? You know, so it's a constant boom, 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 boom.
It is.
You know, where everybody's got to on the snap of the ball look where they're going, make that split decision. But these guys are going and they're continually boom, boom, boom.
Yep.
You know, so yeah.
And speaking of the running game, I got a question for you too, Jeff. So I highlighted in the chat here. All Eyes on G says, I know the nation was happy to see a screenplay being called. And I thought that was kind of funny too, right? But all that said, like Amir Abdullah looked really good in the open field. Is that a case of where, did we just not because, I mean, look, Gruden was famous for that and Todd Downing. We've seen the screen game ad nauseum with this Raiders team. But I know it's preseason. I know it was against the Jaguars, but it looked a lot different. Did we just not have the players to execute on a play like that previously, do you think? Or are we really like what was the difference? Why did it look different, that screen? I don't know enough about the X's and O's like you do to
I think a couple things. I think that what Josh McDaniels and the Patriots have always been good at is knowing what guys' strengths are and putting them in the spot to be successful, putting them in the most advantageous position for them to shine. And that's Abdullah's game, is being out in space, making guys miss, that sort of thing. So I think incorporating the screen game in certain situations is important, and getting the right guys in those positions are important. I mean, right now, I mean, we have three great guys. I mean, really four. I mean, Kenyon Drake, I think he's a little over the hill. But, I mean, you look at Abdullah, played great. Zamir White's a young, fresh guy, and you got Jacobs and you got Drake. I mean, I don't see us keeping four of them, right?
That's the thing, right? Do all these guys make the team? And we haven't even talked about Britton Brown yet.
Yeah,
there's so many players.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's loaded back there, and that's what you want. You want competition, right? Brings out the best in everybody. Everybody's trying to make a spot.
That's the thing.
Trying to make their dollar. So
100%. 100%. All right, good stuff there from the guys. Good stuff there from the Raiders in the Hall of Fame game. Anything in this next? So we don't have like a big breakdown of the Vikings game coming up. Anything jump out at either one of you guys that you want to maybe do want to see coming up in this next game against, because typically like the old adage was the third preseason game is where you see starters.
Yeah.
Like that's the one where you're going to see Derek Carr and those guys, and they're going to play a full half or whatever kind of stuff. Are we going to see anybody else? You think anybody else? Like maybe we're going to see some maybe defensive star? Do we see a Chandler Jones and Max Crosby go up against the Vikings? Like, what do you guys? Anything you're looking for in this next one?
Well, I'm always looking forward to seeing, like you said, seeing the guys get out there. They get tired of hitting each other.
yeah,
You get tired. You get tired of hitting each other. You get tired of running away from your guys. It's gonna be good to see some more slamming and jamming. And that's what I'm looking forward to.
Right on.
Yeah, I would just say I don't think we're going to see much more this week against the Vikings, but like you said, I think week 3 and going forward we'll see a lot more. And I want to see Carr and Adams.
Absolutely.
I'm a quarterback. I'm an offensive guy. I want to see those two guys. I want to see them together.
That's the big get, right? I think that's what we're all dying for. So, but speaking of that, I do want to ask you this though, and so Stidham looked pretty good.
He did.
Stidham looked pretty good, and one of the things that the common theme around that was that Stidham played well in this game because he knows the system so very well. Isn't that kind of what you want out of your backup quarterback? You want somebody that, look, we know he's not going to be Derek Carr, but don't you want someone that you can just confidently plug in should something ever happen with Derek?
1,000%. I mean, you want a guy that thoroughly knows the system, knows what he's doing, can make the reads, can make the checks, all that sort of thing, in case your starter goes down with an injury. So I think that's the reason why they brought him on. And you saw it, again, it's the Jaguars, Hall of Fame game. I mean, I still think we're going to the Super Bowl, but with Jarrett Stidham. So
love it, man. Appreciate it, guys. And also appreciate the chat room in there. Tons of our good friends in there. Captain Jack Rackham, Yarg! Pineapple is in there. Full Metal Mexican is in there. Kiljada. Swaggo's in there. Aaron, the Q-Dog Raider. Speaking of Aaron, he dropped a 1911 donation.
He did.
In there. Thank you so very, very much for
Graves
that.
did.
Tyrone Graves got a
celebration
$5
his 20th anniversary. He and Miss Ebony.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Yeah. That's awesome.
That's awesome. Happy anniversary, and look forward to meeting you all coming up soon. And so we can tell you officially today, also at the top of the show, before we get to the 255, I promise that's coming. We can tell you officially, so we've got our place pinned down for the tailgate with the Bussin' with the Boys crew. We will be at Acme Feed and Seed, which is in right downtown Nashville. We will be there on Sunday. The thing officially kicks off at 10. We're gonna record a show before that, so we'll be down there about 9 o'clock and record our show, and then we're gonna stay at Acme Feed and Seed and have a halftime show coming for you guys, and then we'll probably do a post game thing down there as well. So definitely look for that right here on the channel on the Raiders Fan Radio YouTube, and yeah. So for those of you that are coming to the game, come on down at 10 o'clock or whenever. Acme Feed and Seed, the only thing in between Acme and Nissan Stadium is the Tennessee River. And there's a freaking bridge that walks across right over to it, a pedestrian bridge. So plan on spending at least the first part of your tailgate with us, with the Raiders Fan Radio crew, with the Bussin' with the Boys crew. We're going to have a merch table set up. All the gang is going to be there, and I look forward to meeting you all. For those of you that we haven't met yet, definitely come by and check us out there. It's Acme Feed and Seed. It's on the corner of Broadway and First Avenue, right smack dab in the middle of downtown Nashville, right across from the stadium. It's like, what, a 10-minute walk over to the stadium? From Acme. Yeah. So definitely you can hang out with us until like 11:30 and still be able to walk over there and get in. Getting in and out of Nissan Stadium is super, super easy. So you guys won't be burning up any time hanging out with us. So definitely come by and say hi. Scott Gobranson's going to be there. Graphic Raider's going to be there. I think a lot of the Mount Shieldmore guys are going to be there. So many of our listeners are going to be there. It's going to be an amazing, amazing time, and look forward to seeing you all there in Nashville. So appreciate that. Mosh, let's go ahead and hit an audio break, and then let's jump into this number 255.
This is Raiders Fan Radio. I'm Brent Musburger, and I don't care who wins as long as it's the Raiders.
Appreciate our buddy Raider Shake in the chat. Says, I wish I could go to Nashville, but seeing as I'm 14, I'm broke as heck. That's amazing.
Cool Kev said to me, Uncle Mosh did Feed and Seed in the 70s. What the hell does that mean? What does that mean? Is that a Star Wars thing?
No. No. But I can see you fed and said post tense of Feed and Seed, yeah?
I'm gonna kick his ass.
Raphael is in there. Raphael says yesterday was my birthday, and of course, as always, it's time for Raiders Fan Radio. We appreciate you, Raphael, and happy birthday, buddy. Let's see. We appreciate everybody that's in there. Full Metal Mexican's in there. Cody Thompson. All Eyes on G is in there. Raider Cam is in there. Chronicles of the Black Hole, that's our buddy Daniel.
Woo-hoo.
The Heat Freak says, smash the bell. Absolutely. Hit the thumbs up, hit the like, make a comment, not only in the chat, but if you would make a comment on the video, that helps with the algorithm and that helps the numbers, and we appreciate all of you. And again, as I mentioned,
press the damn button, nerd.
Yada, yada,
absolutely.
Yada.
Press that damn button. And so many of you, we've got so many new listeners to the show and new subscribers. We appreciate you, and keep them coming. Keep them coming. Tell your friends about Raiders Fan Radio. All right, so here at the top of the show, we take our episode number and we tie it back to something significant within Raider Nation. And that honor goes to our buddy Swag Jeff, who is not here tonight, but he called it in. So let's take the number, episode 255, and hear what is significant about that in terms of the Raiders.
What's up, Raider Nation? It's your boy Swag Jeff, coming at you live for episode number 255 of Raiders Fan Radio. Each and every week, I take a significant moment within Raider Nation and relate it back to the episode number. And I got two for you today.
Let's get on with it.
The first one, we are going back to 1995. Ooh. And we're going to be highlighting a new Raider running back after starting his career with the stupid-ass Chiefs. Number 22, Harvey Williams. So in 1995, Harvey Williams ran for 1,114 yards and 9 touchdowns. Harvey Williams rushed the ball 255 times back in 1995.
Hey.
And if you didn't like that, let's talk about career stats then. And let's talk about one of our all-time favorite guys ever.
Oh, this is drunk?
The GOAT. Dave Casper. He was drafted to the Raiders in '74 and starred in many famous games, including the famed Ghost to the Post play, and also, of course, he sealed the deal with the touchdown in the Holy Roller game. Casper played 8 seasons for the Silver and Black and ended his Raider career with 255 receptions. Have a great show.
Nice, Jeff. Attaboy,
Good job, Swags.
Good job, man.
Swag's the best.
He's the best. You know, you can't go wrong with a good Dave Casper reference. Mark.
No. Hey, let's hit some contact info. Woo! Hey, Raider Nation. You got your old Uncle Mosh here with an updated contact info. So sit up, zip up, shut up, and pay attention. You can call us at 909-345-3346. Or as Murph would say, 909-345-3346. How about emailing me? You want to email me? Email me. Show at RaidersFanRadio.com. Or what about reaching out to us on some of that social media stuff Swaggy likes? Try Facebook at Raiders Fan Radio Podcast, the Twit at Twitter at Raiders Fan Radio, Insta something, Instagram at Raiders Fan Radio, the tiki-tiki-taki-talk, TikTok at Raiders Fan Radio, or what about the Twitch? Some of you out there twitching. Anyway, Twitch at Raiders Fan Radio. Or if you don't like that, go to the YouTube. America, go to the YouTube. YouTube.com/Raiders Fan Radio. Oh my God, if that wasn't enough, go to your podcast provider and search Raiders Fan Radio. Holy crap, that was a lot. Whew. Jeff would say right now, yeah, it was. Good.
Oh, that's a pretty good one. Way to go.
You do so much better when you don't look at us.
I know.
You just feel it.
I gotta feel it and I gotta hear it.
You gotta feel it. Yeah, there it is.
It's like a silent count, Jeff.
That's right. Usually I have my hands between somebody's legs on the silent.
You were gonna say butt cheeks, weren't you?
I was.
Oh my God! Well, next time Jeff's here, then y'all have at
it. I think you guys got a TikTok like that, don't you? Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. All right, so here at the top of the show, we don't do props, we don't do shout outs, nothing wrong with those things. But we're Italian, so we like to give a little bit of respect. Hey. So let's see who we're gonna give to God, because I'm looking for the thing, and then I'm trying to talk at the same time, and it comes up bad.
Well, quit doing that.
Okay.
You know the thing.
Because it's the month of Branch, who else are we going to kick it off with?
Oh, let's go.
Murph, Swaggy J, Nation, it's time for a little respect. You know, respect ain't bought, it ain't sold, it ain't demanded, it ain't negotiated, it's earned. And without blowing smoke or giving shameless plugs, we want to say salute and much respect to the following folks.
We appreciate it.
Let's just do an hour of you and me just doing that song over and over.
Singing over and over. Oh my God, I love it. Kill Jadis in the chat. It says, oh man! So all right, so we give a little bit of respect, and so yeah, as Mosh said, I mean, look, we're not gonna bury the lead on this one here. So it's gonna go to the Raiders in the Hall of Fame weekend. Now, Swag Jeff and I just did an entire show on the Raiders and the Hall of Fame. So for those of you that haven't heard the Raiders Fan Radio Rundown, just go back to the episode right before this if you want to hear mine or Swag Jeff's take, and we play all the audio bites from all the different things. I want to throw it to Mosh because I want to hear about Cliff Branch, but then Jeff, I want to go to you and hear some stuff about Richard Seymour. But Mosh, what was kind of like just your overall idea of like, okay, look, Cliff Branch has finally made the Hall of Fame. Yes, it was long overdue, but just give me your kind of take on the weekend.
And so that was it. So when you have somebody that has done the accomplishments that he did over a lifetime in the NFL, to be put on hold so that they're finally recognized posthumously. It makes me just a little bit pissed. But then, so I have this little, and it's probably a Raider thing. This insane, idea that the world is against me because I'm a Raider fan, and everybody that's ever been a Raider fan or a Raider, and then, but for him to finally get what he deserved, then that overshadows the negativity. So and I can just and I gloat and I go, yeah. And how much better was he than all these other guys? Yeah, we talked about it last week. We said, go look up the numbers. Go look for yourself, America, and see what we have been saying and seeing for years and years and years. And so when the whole world got to see that was our past, the collective memories and experiences of our past are what guides our future, and for us to be able to recognize that and say, we're moving on, we're going forward, but we're still going to recognize what finally needed to be recognized.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a cool thing. It was a cool moment.
That's awesome.
It was a big deal for us guys that watched him play.
Absolutely. And it's a couple things there you said is that, and I like to highlight, is that number one, about how you mentioned how it kind of, we take our past and then it kind of circles back around and influences our present. I loved how the Raiders got there early and they allowed the team to tour the Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
That was really cool. You see these amazing pictures of Max Crosby looking at Howie Long's bust and Derek looking at Kenny Stabler, and you got these great images and Derek reading his draft card and like these amazing things to tie back. But something else that you said too, that and I was kind of surprised by this because we've been bitter pigs about Cliff not being in the Hall of Fame for a long time. Like you've listened to this show long enough, you've heard me rant and rave.
Oh my gosh,
rant and rave about that idea. So we finally got here, and I was kind of overwhelmed with gratitude. They're like, okay, yes, we're going to honor this man. But something that you said, and it was surprising to me on the day of, I had that little bit of that bitter pig came back, and I was like, damn it, Hall of Fame. This guy passed away in 2019. Why couldn't we have got this shit right when he was alive?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Did you? And so I'm glad to hear you vocalize that I wasn't the only one, and I doubt that you and I were the only ones. That had to have been a common theme for Raider Nation to feel.
And many people know my distaste and displeasure of all Halls of Fame. I hate them all. It's just there's not a good one out there. And maybe the Wrestling Hall of Fame might be the only good one. God bless his family, but when, and I'm not going to even say his name, but when he had a roid rage instance and, went nuts and McMahon did the right thing and plucked his shit out of the Hall of Fame, there's no place for that. But these other Halls of Fame, the idea is there, but the execution is not what it should be. And that's the problem with them. When ABBA gets in over Kiss in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, tell me why ABBA is more of a rock and roll my legs are shaking right now. And I'm not the biggest Kiss fan, but they're more rock and roll than ABBA.
Oh yeah.
And Cliffy deserved to be there a whole lot more than 8 or 9 or 10 of those guys ahead of him.
Drew Pearson,
yeah,
Lynn Swann, don't even start.
And freaking Harold Carmichael right there. Those are off the top of my head, but absolutely. But great stuff there, Mach. Great point. Okay, let's go over to QB Jeff. I want to ask you about this Richard Seymour thing because here's just briefly. So when Seymour played for the Raiders, I knew he was a great player. He put up some good numbers. The teams were dog shit.
Yeah,
those
terrible.
were 4 of the worst seasons we've ever had in the history of the freaking football team. So I didn't have this high level of reverence for Richard Seymour. I knew he was good. Him and Tommy Kelly were great in the middle, yada, yada. But in his comments, when he speaks with the reverence, and he didn't have to do this. He's clearly a patriot, is why he was going into the Hall of Fame. But he spoke with reverence to the Raiders, reverence for Al Davis, reverence for Mark Davis, reverence for the black hole.
Right.
He spoke with so you were you're probably playing ball at Alameda High School across the street while Richard Seymour was playing for the Raiders. Did you have any kind of connection to Seymour that maybe that I didn't or Mosh didn't? Or what was your vibe on Seymour getting in the Hall of Fame and the ceremony that took place?
I thought it was very well deserved. I didn't really have a personal connection to him. Like you said, the teams were so pitiful during that stretch. But what I love about him, as a man and a man of faith, just how humble he was and how he spoke, like you said, spoke about Al Davis. And one thing I love is, like, you get these guys that were Patriots, right? And he played 4 seasons. You get guys like Romanowski, who, played for the Raiders for a few seasons, but was Broncos.
He was a Bronco. Alzado,
right?
Yeah.
Jerry Rice. But you know what? Whenever they talk, they almost always talk like they were solely just a Raider. Like they love the Raiders so much. There's something about, I don't know if it was it's probably a combination of all of it. Al Davis, the stadium, the fans, just the aura of being a Raider. And it just shows like how special it really is. And especially when the players talk about it, it just opens up this window that we necessarily don't get to see all the time. And then just all the other players that were just like, yeah, this guy was a dog. Like, he absolutely deserved to be in the Hall of Fame. And even McDaniels was like, this guy was unstoppable at the nose spot. Like, you couldn't block him. It took 2 guys every play to block him. So it was well deserved, and it just solidified to me just the type of man he is when he spoke at the Hall of Fame. It was awesome.
Right on,
That's
man.
cool.
Good stuff. I got so one more little bit. Just I mentioned about how the Raiders toured the facility and got this connection and the Raiders are so famous for connecting the past by bringing in people for alumni weekends and Biletnikoff and all these guys go and speak to the current Raiders. Jeff, as a former player, did you ever was there ever a time in the many teams that you played for? Did you ever have that connection to the past? Was that? I mean, obviously you do as a Raider fan, you have that understanding, but when you came to MTSU, was there a thing to look back at I don't know, quarterbacks that played there before, like Kelly Holcomb, or was there any of those types of connections that and how did that work for you? Did that influence you at all, or mindset, or what is the significance as a player for those kinds of things?
I think it just depends on the type of person you are. I mean, I've always loved history in general. So even at Alameda High, my head coach was a quarterback way back when my dad actually went to the rival high school in Alameda, Encinal, and played each other. I always kind of just you need to know the history and know where you're coming from to know where you want to go, right? That's always the saying. So when I got to middle, the same thing with Kelly Holcomb being there, Wes Counts, Clint Marks. There's tons of great quarterbacks that came through, that school. I mean, all the schools that I played at. So I've always made it a point to myself to understand the guys that kind of set the pace and set the marks that you're trying to hit or eclipse, or else you don't really know what you're kind of shooting for, in my opinion.
That's cool. That's a good point. So it kind of gives you a reference point to a level that you'd want to get to then, statistically or wins wise, or.
Well, I think it's just from especially a quarterback standpoint. Stats are great, yes, and wins you got to have them in order to be a great quarterback. But it's the kind of the intangibles for me, anyways.
Okay.
Being a leader, being able to control your team, being able to keep everybody calm. I was blessed to have many guys that came before me at each step of the way that did those intangible things. And ultimately that kind of transitions you, because I've always had great work ethic in anything I've done. So I know I'm going to get better and improve the on the field things. But if you can throw it and run, that's great. But if you can't manage the offense or manage your guys, then you're only going to get so far with it.
Right on. That's awesome, man. That's kind of what I felt like in some of the images, especially when at Derek looking at that bust of Kenny Stabler. It's to me, it's yes, because it's not so much because Kenny doesn't have all the greatest stats in the world, but he was the greatest clutch player the Raiders have maybe ever had at any position, let alone at quarterback. Won the first championship, and I feel like maybe that's what Derek's he's aspiring to be. When you see that reverence in his eyes when he's looking at that buck, that's what he's looking at, is that pedestal, frankly, that Kenny is on literally in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yeah. So absolutely. So good stuff there. And I was so glad to see Mark Davis do that. No surprise as we connect the past of greatness of the Raiders to hopefully the future greatness of the Raiders. As Al Davis famously said, that's the greatness of the Raiders lies in its future. So, all right, Uncle Mosh, let's hit an audio break here, and then let's go to the current. Let's talk about the Raiders in camp.
This is Kevin, the Raider Nerd, live at the Oakland Raiders tailgate. Raiders! we got Gorilla. Say, got Uncle Mosh and Murph.
I love you guys. Much love from the black hole, baby. Just win.
All right, appreciate you, Raider Nation. Appreciate everybody that's in the chat room tonight at youtube.com/RaidersFanRadio. Darth Vader Raider is in there. Storm is in there. Raider Shank. Paul is in there. Rob Raider. Raider Roo. Full Metal Mexican. Aaron the Q-Dog Raider. Purple and Gold Raider. Docs, our buddy Graf is in there. What's up, Graf? See you soon in Tennessee, my friend. Darth Vader Raider is in there. M85 is in there. Appreciate everybody that is in the chat room. A lot of talk in the chat about who the next Raiders should be. Plunkett always comes up with being a 2-time Super Bowl champion. To me, though, it's Lester. Like, Lester Hayes is the guy. I mean, he still has some records that are unmatched in the NFL. And, to me, definitively, Hall of Fames are, were you the best at your position in which the time in that you played? There is no doubt Lester Hayes was one of the best at the time in which he played. And in fact, his counterpart on the opposite side of the ball, Mike Haynes, has already gotten into the Hall of Fame in 1997. 25 years ago, the guy that played across Lester went in. Why is it 2022 and Lester is still not in that dang thing?
You know, we used to make that same, before Kenny got in, we made that same argument all the time. Okay, so you've got all these guys that Kenny threw the ball to. You got all these guys that Kenny handed the ball off to. You got all these.
They blocked for Kenny.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello? Are you listening, Jack Wagon? Come on. Come on. What's it going to take?
What's it going to take? I mean, literally redefined a lot of the way that quarterback was played, Lester Hayes did. So he's the next guy. Tatum, and I said this earlier on the thing, but I'm going to say it again because it's important, I think. Not because it's my opinion, because it's the right thing to do. Jack Tatum, we lost Jack Tatum a long time ago.
Yep.
Okay. And I get that, Plunkett can be questionable. You can whatever. I get all that. Lester Hayes is undeniable. There is definitively no reason to not have Lester Hayes. Let's get him in the goddamn Hall of Fame before it's too late.
There is one reason there's one thing that's keeping him out: the silver and the black.
Well,
it's the same thing that kept Cliffy out. But come on,
that's true.
Anybody tell me that? You're stupid. I mean, seriously.
You're right.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
What? The only reason he wasn't in is because of silver and black.
That's exactly right. Yep. And Cliffy said that.
Yeah.
He felt it was because of the way that the league felt about Al Davis, and
they've hated it. I just literally typed that. Like, the NFL has always hated the Raiders since the moment they got in.
And that's because they were in for about 14 minutes, and Al filed his first lawsuit.
Suing him.
And he's been suing him ever since.
Right?
They tried to hide all the matches the first time they were going to light the flame. I mean, come on. I'm surprised that's not a new rule. No open flames. No open flames. Can't have any open flames in the NFL.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. You want to get rid of beer? Say that you're going to have Al Davis beer night, right? Come on. Cizo Pete.
Oh, my gosh. Good stuff there. All right, so let's get let's go to camp. Let's head off to training camp and let's check in.
Where are we on our...
I think...
Have we gotten to the top of the show yet?
We're about here.
Okay.
Yeah. We're about here. That's the fun of it. That's when you know it's football season.
Oh, man.
And we don't have to...
We're just like talking football.
We're just like talking football, exactly.
Have I said we're going to win the Super Bowl this year? Have you guys seen that? Have you guys seen that?
Who watched the Hall of Fame game?
Who watched that game?
Swaggy, what number is this? Oh, it's Tanzania Wednesday.
Welcome to all of our listener in Tanzania. Oh,
the only guy with the radio.
Oh my! We don't have to wind those up.
Okay.
Oh, man.
I've never been to Tanzania, but I want to go to Tonga.
Well, and you've started an international incident with the French that Paul had to defend on the front lines. I don't know. Now we're going into
Paul's
Tanzania.
taking shrapnel out there.
I'm all about Tanzania. I love Tanzania.
You love you some Tanzania.
255.
Yeah, 255. Yeah. Where is Tanzania? Is it by Tunisia?
It's not. It's closer to Tunisia than it is to Murfreesboro.
Okay, there you go. Absolutely. All right, so here we go. Let's go to camp. So this is pretty funny. So we talked a lot last week about the Training Camp Live, the show that NFL Network does live on the different training camps going around the league. And so they were at Henderson, there at the Raiders facility. And, of course, David Carr is on site to report on the Raiders. And, of course, not a hard interview for him to give is Derek Carr. And so David and Derek are hanging out, chopping it up about the Raiders. And their old buddy, James Jones, San Jose State represent, comes over to say hi. Well, for those of you that don't know, James Jones, former Packer wide receiver, former Raider wide receiver for a couple of years, has been kind of dogging the Raiders a little bit and basically saying that Davante Adams isn't going to have nearly the production he's going to have with Derek Carr as that he did with Aaron Rodgers. So don't you know, when he comes over and crashes the set, Derek calls him out on it. This is pretty fun.
Favorite brother?
No, I'm not.
You might be. But Derek,
yes.
It was fun watching you. Look at this. Look at this shirt.
Yep.
This is not a red jersey. This is
I've
pink.
had this since my rookie year.
So this is, you broke it out from your rookie year?
Yeah, they gave me, they make me a new one like every other year or something.
But no one wants a new one.
And I kept putting them on and it didn't feel right. No. And so I said, you know what? I want my rookie one.
Because you earned it.
Yeah, I want it to be egregious.
Everybody else out there is in a bright red. Like,
and this is pink.
Never been worn.
Faded.
You got some history.
This has seen a lot of sunshine. It's probably carried a lot of things over in the 9 years.
Seen a lot of coordinators. It's gone through a lot of offenses.
It has.
It was fun.
This jersey could talk.
It can. Because you've seen a lot in your day. How has the Josh McDaniels, all new offense, right? Like it's a whole new system coming in. And then your experience, what's that collaboration been like?
Yeah, it's been really cool. You know, we can, again, I'm learning a new offense. I'm trying my best to execute the way Josh wants me to.
Yeah.
You know how that is as a quarterback. You got different philosophies, different play callers.
Different coaches want it done a different way.
Same play, but I want it thrown here. You know, and so just growing through that, and you know, what coverages do you want me to do this, and the conversations that we're having are deeper. And I think it's nice because I've played a lot of football. This will be my 9th year. He's coached, Tom Brady and all these Jimmy and Matt Cal. He's coached a lot of guys that have been so successful, so he has a lot of experience to draw from too.
Yeah, and like speaking of experience, you got a lot of experience on offense. You got your boys back. Devontae, right, is back playing with him. What has surprised you since you guys have played together for so long before, but it has been 7 years, right?
Yeah. Well, it's been longer, so this is 9 for both of us.
So is there anything that surprised you when you got back with him, or is it kind of same old, balls 6 inches in front of his chest?
It's kind of been, obviously we're not perfect, but you
guys
that goes. But
both Pro Bowl players.
Yeah, and we've
a lot.
We have been training with each other until I moved to Nevada.
So you know him.
And so we've been playing, we've been throwing, we've been doing all those things together. Yeah, as soon as we left college, we were still working together. Yeah. And even in the Bay Area, we lived, really close to each other.
Look who it is. A young
It's
James
my brother.
Jones.
I just thought his real brother should come in.
Stop.
Yeah, actually, he's wearing all this Raider stuff when I'm around, but he's been all Packers.
Exactly.
On TV, we don't my bad. Just so you know, this man was leading the league in catches, outside receiver.
Right.
We had a whole bunch of injuries. They're like, James, we're gonna need you to move inside. I was like, dang it.
He was trying to get Ziegler to give him a spot because like, if you get me inside the 14-yard line,
that's right, Dan.
I won't blow a hamstring.
No,
and I'll score.
Jump balls, back shoulder.
Should have heard the critiquing of all the routes inside the 14-yard line.
Hey, I mean with GMs and everything. I might be inside the 20. I'm ready to go.
You're ready.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
hey,
love you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
You know what I mean? Yep. Talk to your stepbrother for a little bit.
Davante Adams shirt. He comes in with the Davante Adams shirt on.
Love that.
Love seeing you, brother. Obviously, I'll be around for this weekend.
All right, so there it is, man. That was cool stuff there. So James Jones comes in a Raider hat and a Davante Adams shirt, and a Raiders Davante Adams shirt after all the smack he'd been talking, and Derek calls him right out on it, man. That's a fun exchange there, isn't it, Mosh?
Yeah, that was good. That was good. It's funny. Our people in the chat picked right up on it. They said Carr is throwing more balls to Davante than any quarterback for the Packers ever did. And I think that's one of the reasons that he wanted to come to Las Vegas was because, number one, he knows that Derek doesn't do psychedelics. Okay. And he knows that the ball ain't the only thing flying, right? And so, hey, come on now.
It's definitely different at Berkeley and Fresno State. They trip out a little couple.
It's a whole lot different.
Between Aaron Rodgers and Marshawn have been partying this week.
They sure have.
The difference between Cal and Fresno State, huh?
Did you see that interview with what's his face from the Packers with Rodgers?
Which interview?
About all the psychedelics he's been doing in the offseason?
No, I just heard about it. I just read the story.
I saw it.
You did?
He's like, it's all about the love.
Oh, wow.
He was on the love boat, man. He's like,
really?
When I do it, I get surrounded by the love that I'm feeling in the love. I'm talking too fast. But he's
really?
like, yeah.
So did you have flashbacks just hearing him talk?
Oh my gosh, yeah. It's like I immediately got up and I'm like, honey, where's the incense? Give me that patchouli oil. I got, I'm throwing away my shoes. I'm like, come on, free Charlie Manson. I was all over the place, man. I was having all kind of flashbacks.
Did you immediately put on the Flying Burrito Brothers?
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, that's a famous Bay Area psychedelic band.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Did you see them live?
Radio? Yeah, I sure did. I sure did. I went to see Charlie Daniels at the San Jose Civic.
Yeah.
And the opening band for them was the Flying Burrito Brothers.
Really?
Yeah, it was great.
Nice.
It was great.
Awesome.
It was K-Fat Radio out of Gilroy was the one who put on the concert.
Yeah.
He used to go, hey, you got all your fatheads out there listening to us. You're on K-Fat. Or the rival rock station was KOME.
Yeah.
And they used to go, hey, you've got cum on your dial. Yeah.
And they'd say, is that on? Well,
yeah.
I hesitate to say it, but listen, it was a tagline. It was on the radio. They used to say, you're listening to KOME. Is there cum on your radio? Well, if there is, don't touch it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no kidding.
They used to say on the radio.
I actually had a KOME sticker on my car and won a trip. When I lived with you guys, you were just a baby. But I won a trip to Los Angeles. They're like, hey, Mark Saltalamaki, you got such and such a time to call in. And this girl I'd been seeing called me, goes, call the radio. They called her name. Yeah, I won a trip to go see Neil Young in concert.
Oh my gosh!
That's
when my mom got busted for weed.
That's when your mom had weed in her bra, and we go through the metal detector, right? And and she starts beeping, and I took off. I left her. I go, I'm at gate C17. And I go running down there, and then she comes waddling down there, and I go, what was it? She goes, it was my underwire. And I'm like, oh, man, I thought it was a weed detector. Yeah. Now, I didn't partake, but that was your mom.
No, yeah, of course not. Yeah. Of course not. Yeah, the woman who taught me to drink at a Rolling Stones concert.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, but I digress. At the Oakland Coliseum, nonetheless. Oh my gosh! All right, one of my fonder memories. Well, a lot of fond memories of the Oakland Coliseum, but that's so many that are not A's games and not Raiders games, but concerts and everything else. Anyways, missed that place. All right, let's get back on to.
It's the only stadium. It's the only stadium in all of baseball and football. They had so many concerts on the green that they used to have to go out there and pull the pot plants out of the grass because people would be rolling their doobies and the seeds would be falling and little pot plants would pop up in the off season, so they'd have to go out there and they couldn't eradicate them because they didn't want to kill the grass around it, so they'd have to go out there and pick them.
But they're picking weeds.
They're picking weeds. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All right, Murphy, before we leave the subject, favorite non-sporting event at the Oakland Coliseum or arena?
Eric Clapton and Steve Winwood. Incredible concert.
Nice.
I've never seen so many 60, 70-year-old hippies in tie-dye shirts in my life in one place.
You go to Oregon right now. That's where they've all moved.
No, that was an incredible concert, and it was just, there was so much smoke everywhere inside of the Oakland Coliseum.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. That's awesome. All right, here we go. Let's get back to the Las Vegas Raiders. So listen, guys,
we're going to top of the show.
Yeah, top of the show. We're going to start running short on time, so let's go through these mic'd ups, and then we'll probably just jump to the Sea Fans mailbag.
Okay.
So I've got 2 mic'd ups, and we've got to get to these mic'd ups because one of them is he's sitting right here. And he's in studio tonight. So, but before we get to who we have in studio, let's check in with Hunter Renfrow. Hunter Renfrow mic'd up is exactly what you think Hunter Renfrow mic'd up should sound like.
I'm mic'd up today. What's up, dog? You good? Have a good day. Yep. You be sweating. You usually don't sweat like this. Finally, the first day, I had my pants from the last 3 years. So this will be year 4 with them, and they were so loose. Same pants? Yeah, I felt like I was a size 50.
How they fit now?
But then I got new ones, and now these fit so much better.
Yeah.
Good job, Jay Hall. Good job. Taking the ball home with you. First touchdown. Walk this whole way, conserve my energy.
Your whole mic up is gonna be. That's all you.
So there you go. Hunter Renfrow mic'd up. And so the only thing missing, and I didn't want to play the whole thing because it's so long, but you hear him, he gives tax advice. Some investment leads is kind of nice. You know what I mean? So,
it's all about location.
Absolutely. Talking to guys about comfortable shoes. You know what I mean? Like I'm pretty sure Hunter Renfrow's like 58 years old.
He's so good.
I used to watch Hunter play. Like when I was back in the 70s. Yeah, I always used to watch him in college. Yeah, I'm like, that guy's going to be good someday.
Oh, my gosh. He's like my buddy Jimmy. He's had the same hairline since the 3rd grade.
He has, which is pretty much non-existent.
You get half off when you go to the barber.
Yeah.
All right, so next up, okay, here's the one. This is a fun one. Let's check in with the man that adorns the Western Annex of the Murph's Fan Cave desk. You know him as Uncle Mosh. Some people, though, refer to him as Rob Ryan. So Rob Ryan, if you don't know, looks just like Uncle Mosh. So for those of you that are on the YouTube, Uncle Mosh has got his big white beard. He's got his long silvering hair, not white. It's of course silver, like silver and black. It's silvering hair. And body composition, we'll say, is similar. Between
he eats a sandwich now and then, too. Look him up. We Google him.
Look up Rob Ryan and look up Uncle Mosh. They are literally indistinguishable from each other. And so as the skies parted for us here at Raiders Fan Radio, and we got our mic'd up of the legendary coach, Rob Ryan, as he is coaching the defensive line of your Las Vegas Raiders.
We're going to need a new post.
Are you hot mic right now?
Yeah.
You see?
Hey, well, get out of my face.
What?
Let me see if we can lift him. Oh, no, just kidding. I'm talking about here. Walking out. Uh-oh, there we go. I got you. All right, here we go. It's going to be a good drill. Screen. Retrace. Go get you some. That's it. Retrace. Go get it. That's it. Go get it. Let's go. Let's get after. Roll off that ball. Go. Go. Let's go. We got a good drill here. Let's show it to him. Hey, great hand placement now. Let's go. Play behind your hands. You'll find the ball. There you go. Hit it. Talk to us. There it is. All day. Oh, I like that one. Here we go, guys. Let's go. Yes, sir. Oh, we're getting ready. Let's go. Get in there. Let's go.
Try to name a coach in the NFL with better hair than you. Don't
Boy,
worry.
that'd be hard. That'd be hard.
Did you catch that?
Yeah.
It's Chandler Jones. Let's name a coach in the NFL with better hair than you. He said, that'd be hard.
Yeah. Just I can name only one person with better hair than him.
Let's go.
Try to name a coach in the NFL with better hair than you. Don't
Boy,
worry.
that'd be hard. That'd be hard. That would be difficult. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, here we go. All right, here we go. Go get him. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, here we go. Good. Hey, you almost knocked my mic off now. Guys, come on now. Trying to sell this video. Can't be knocking my mic off. What? Uh-oh, they're going that way, fellas. They're trying to hide. Man. They're going down here trying to hide. It's too late. Woo, let's go get them. Let's go. Run off of that ball, fellas. We are running off the ball today. Run off that ball. Woo, good power. Run off that ball today. Race off that football, fellas. Race off the ball. There it is. Go. Nice game. All you guys got to do is race off the football. All right, let's go, fellas. Come on now. Let's go. Here we go. Come on. Nice. Good help. There you go. Get on that near sideline. Let's go. Woo, the violence is here. Oh, my God. Oh, well, they better not be walking. There we go. Nice hustle, nice. Hey, let's back up off the white, fellas. Back up off the white, show some discipline. Make it game-like.
Isn't that fantastic?
He's so good.
He's so good, man. I love having Rob Ryan back as part of the coaching staff here.
Absolutely.
Man, when you hear this, does that bring back memories for you when you start hearing Coach barking stuff in practice and all that?
It's just funny. We had a coach at middle that would always, he go, and he would just,
really?
that was like his thing. So it was cracking me up when I was listening to it. But I'm not sure, you always say the main guy are one. I think you and Rob Ryan. I think
that could be. We could issue a Gemini Award winner to
Let's go. We got a show to do. Let's go. Let's go. Keep going here now. Nice.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and then let's hit a quick little break. Let's hit the Raiders and pop culture, and then we'll jump into the Sea of Fans mailbag.
Hi, this is AJ Cole from the Las Vegas Raiders, and you're listening to Murph, Mosh, and Swag Jeff on Raiders Fan Radio. Just win, baby.
Boom, boom.
This is Trent Sig, and you're listening to Raiders Fan Radio with Murph, Swag Jeff, and Uncle Mosh. Just win, baby.
All right, appreciate everybody that's in the chat room tonight at Raiders Fan Radio, YouTube.com/Raiders Fan Radio. Aaron the Q-Dog Raider is in there. Kill Jadis is in there. Raider Rue is in there. M85 is in there. Jason Thomas, Raider Shank, All Eyes on G. Raider Nick is in there. Tress Lord is in there. Cool Kev is in there. Koji, Raider Gears and Threads. That's our buddy Jay. We're going to hear from Jay in a little bit. Appreciate all of you so very, very much. Do us a favor while you're in the chat room there. Hit the like button, and after the video, if you can make a comment in the chat, or not, excuse me, make a comment in the comments. That certainly helps the, helps the algorithm. Tyrone Graves is in there. Edgar V. We appreciate you guys so very, very much. All right, so last thing we're going to do before we get to Sea of Fans is we're going to do a little Raiders and pop culture. So we've had back-to-back weeks now, Raiders and pop culture. Last week, we really had more pop culture in the Raiders.
Right.
This truly is Raiders and pop culture. So this is one of a classic comedy, one that I absolutely love. It's a movie that the more I see it, the funnier it gets. And we've actually talked about it on this show before because in one of the scenes, there's a Raider logo in one of the scenes. A movie I'm talking about is Step Brothers, Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly. And in the one scene where they're doing the interview to get a job, there's a big Raiders sticker like on one of the cabinets behind them. And so there
remember that.
Yeah, so there's a big it's a big Raider logo. It's the one where they when they're wearing tuxedos. When they go to get interviewed,
isn't it Seth Rogen?
Seth Rogen, yeah, and Seth Rogen is interviewing him, and John C. Reilly farts,
yeah,
and he goes, "You just farted," and he goes, "No, I didn't." He goes, "No, you just, I just."
Is that ketchup?
Yeah,
ketchup and onion.
Exactly. So in that scene, there's a big Raider logo behind him, and not the shield, but just the word Raiders. But anyways, somebody involved in this movie was a big Raider fan because there's a deleted scene where at the wedding, when the mom and dad marry each other, right? Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly's mom and dad, when they get married, there's a deleted scene in there where Will Ferrell stands up and gives his speech following John C. Reilly's speech. And listen to what he has to say. This came up on Twitter the other day, and this is freaking awesome.
I want to make a toast if he's going to make a toast. I'm Brennan Huff. I'm Nancy's son. I appreciate if you would not look at me while I give my toast. If you could just look down at your plates, please. And I will wait for as long as it takes for everyone to look down at their plates. Just listen to what I have to say. Today will be officially known in my world as Black Sunday. And not because you guys are getting married, but because someone was huge in my life, Alan Michael Huff, my father, is not here. He's not here because we don't know where he is. But I think he's coming here today and point out the fact that this is a fucking shitstorm. The food sucks, the flowers look like hell. I threw up in the bathroom.
Wine.
Also, I want to make a toast to Al Davis, the owner of the Raiders, whose long living motto of commitment to excellence has always been something that I have wondered if I could ever achieve. And I don't think this union is going to come even close to it. This is a commitment to idiocy. Have a great rest of the day.
We have had a few of those commitments to idiocy
Yeah, we have.
in our years there.
Oh my gosh, isn't that the best?
So that was deleted?
That's a deleted scene from Step Brothers. Yeah, isn't that great?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so commitment to idiocy.
Commitment to idiocy.
But I love it, man. He brings up Black. You hear Black Sunday in there.
Yeah.
Al Davis. Yeah, good stuff in there. So anyways, that's one of great movie. All right, Mosh, let's go ahead and hit See Fans Mailbag.
There he is, fading, looking. He's under the gun. He's tied, he throws. It is.
All right, so along with our amazing chat room at youtube.com/Raiders Fan Radio, you can communicate with the show on a multitude of ways. And two of the best ways to do that, excuse me, got the Herbert.
What is wrong with you?
Well, it's funny because I take a drink and we get on a break, and then I start talking again, and I get the burp. Sorry.
It's like you've got a death wish on the mic,
right?
Almost
I should know better. At
almost
this point.
like Cool Kev has a death wish on his. He writes, Mosh had a commitment to lubricant in the 70s.
Ah, jeez.
What the hell is wrong with that guy? He
Come
just
on,
needs.
Cool Kev.
He needs. That's it. Kev, look at the camera, Kev. You're dead to me.
You got a problem with Kevin's.
Kevin's got a problem with me.
Well, that's another Kevin. That's a different Kevin. That's not Kevin the Raider nerd.
Oh,
that's different Kevin.
Well, then this Kevin's okay. Kevin the Raider nerd, you're dead to me because Cool Kev. Yeah.
So we got Cool Cody and Cool Kev.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Then the other ones are dead to us. Okay. All right. So anyway, so you can communicate with the show a multitude of ways, and two of the best ways. Because I love the fact that you send us Twitter messages and you send us Facebook and Instagram and all that, but we have so many different social media platforms. It's pretty tough for us to keep up with that stuff. So the best way to get us a message is to email the show, that show@RaidersFanRadio.com. That is SHOW @RaidersFanRadio.com. Or you can call the show, and we have a huge multitude of callers tonight at 909-345-3346. So we appreciate you, all your callers, and we appreciate you, all the emailers. And we've even got a made man of one of the emailers tonight. And so, Uncle Mosh, who do we have?
Here we go. Dear RFR family, football is finally back. The Hall of Fame game was so boring, but it was nice to have football back. You know what? I'm sorry. I take offense to that. Anytime the Raiders play, it's not boring. Because it preempted what I was doing, and that was the Golden Girls Marathon. So, hey, come on, silver and black. All right. Murph, I think your prediction about Zeus is spot on. The kid looks super quick. He'll come in for Josh Jacobs after he's pounded the defense for 6 tough yards to add a spark and take it to the house. The O-line was okay. Parker still can't block to save his life. It sucks that he's on IR, but I think it's a blessing in disguise. The defense played well, but then again, it's the Jaguars, the bottom feeders of the AFC. Now, on to the Hall of Fame class of 2022. Congrats to Cliff Branch on being in the Hall of Fame finally. But if you asked me, this is all in caps, he should already be in.
Let's go.
Ask anybody that's ever said they were a Raiders fan, they would agree with you totally. He's got more yards, more TDs, more rings than all the wide receivers of his era. That is already in the Hall of Fame. We talked about this ad nauseam. Drew Pearson stole his spot. Anyway, here's to a successful preseason as we get ready for week 1 versus the Chokers. Take care, Raider Nation. Daniel Mangai, proud made man, 2022 Gemini Man Award winner. P.S. to everyone who missed. I must try it again. P.S. to everyone who wished me and my twin a happy birthday on August 6th. Thank you so much. Much love. Go Raiders. Yeah, okay. Both of you people, thank you.
Appreciate you, Daniel and Matthew Mangus. Happy birthday, guys.
There's only one. Hello, Murph, Mosh, and Swaggy J. The Hall of Fame. How would you like to go through your whole life on Raiders Fan Radio having the existence of your twin denied? That would be hard to take.
And which one would you
There's, you know what?
That's the thing, is that it hits them both equally.
His name probably is not, they're probably not Matthew and Daniel Mangus. It's probably like Joe Schwartz, you know? And it's one guy, and he's got these alter egos. He's been in therapy for 100 years about all his personalities, and these are just 2 of them that he has.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Little split scenario going on?
I'm telling you, it's crazy. Hello, Murph, Mosh, and Swaggy J. The Hall of Fame game has come and gone, and it was great. It was great to see the silver and black steamroll the sad Jaguars, even though it was only a preseason game. A couple of takes from the game. I like seeing Josh Jacobs rushing a couple of times. We all did. It shows you that the coaching staff is trying to evaluate him. And since he's going into a contract year, they're going to see whether or not that he should be given the big payday. I don't think they're going to see that in preseason. But anyway, I think our O-line held up nice. I think it was more about the O-line. This is me interjecting this. I think it was more about the O-line being seen than it was about Jacobs being seen. That's just what I think. Brandon Parker was obviously terrible, and I feel like Leatherwood should get the spot at right tackle. And now, for another story. We all know that Murph's all-time favorite Raider is and always will be Kenny the Snake Stabler. Well, when I was 1 year old, my parents and I were in Vegas, and me and my dad ran into Stabler at an autograph convention. We were taking a break. Dad was teaching me how to play blackjack. No, I added that.
Because I taught my kids how to play blackjack. As soon as they could count on fingers.
I taught you at 3. Yes. He let my dad wear his championship ring. We took a picture with him, and he even held me in his hands. Below is the picture. Man, I have chubby cheeks. Dude, I'm with you, bro. Hope you guys, I've had him for 63 years. Hope you guys have a great evening. The regular season is almost here. I can't wait to go, Raiders. Go Raiders. Raiders shaking. I'm going to show you the picture. It's super cool.
How cool
That's
is
awesome.
that, man? Let's go. Much respect.
It's even autographed. So for those of you on the radio, I was holding that up. That is so impressive and so cool. And it just shows what a cool act Stabler was.
Absolutely.
You know, just this, this is the guy that never bought a drink in Alabama, you know, but gave back to his people. You know, he would talk to and speak to anybody. Always had that reputation.
Absolutely. And congratulations, Raider Shank, man. We appreciate your involvement in with Raiders Fan Radio. You've been killing it in the chat room. You've been sending us a bunch of emails. This young man is 14 years old and is a huge Raider fan. Look at that. He's got the bona fides. When he was a year old, he was standing there with Stabler. And props to your old man. Raise them Raiders, man. That's what this whole thing is about, man. Passing that thing down to generation to generation. And tell your dad, congratulations. You are now the newest made man here at Raiders Fan Radio.
You are a made man. You showed you are part of the family by participation. By chance, a man like yourself should make enemies, then they would become my enemies. Showing you are a friend of Raiders Fan Radio, you have leapt across the line. Friendship is everything. Friendship is more than talent. It is more than the government. It's almost equal to family. Be loyal. Made man, Raider fan. Someday, and that day may never come, I'll call upon you to do a service for me. But until that day, accept this as a gift. And don't ever forget, words can hurt more, but silence can break hearts.
All right, there we go. Let's get it up. Raider Shank.
So Shank, you other than we have a couple of other folks that might be a little bit younger than you, but they are legacies. Mojo's son is a made person,
Max. Yeah,
Max, and but this is he's our youngest that's did it on his own.
That's exactly
he's
right.
He's our
awesome.
youngest member. So
absolutely,
we've got somebody to carry on.
Absolutely, so, man. Cool stuff there. We appreciate you, Raider Shank.
Evening, everybody. Hey. Hope you're all well. I hate the French. No, I was kidding. This is from Paul. I have to start this week's email with Cliff Branch. Finally, the great man has been honored in Canton, and number 21 has taken its rightful place among the greats of the game. His sister, Elaine Anderson's speech was perfect, including Clifford was delayed but not denied. Oh, my God. Is that not a shirt? That needs to be
delayed and not denied.
Delayed and
That's
not
awesome.
denied. And then his next sentence. There's a T-shirt idea for someone. And yes, I may have become a little teary. God bless you, Mr. Branch, sir. We've always known the man and the player you were. Now the rest of the world gets to see it. Shout-outs to Richard Seymour as well. Very respectful. And Jimmy Zebach and Captain Jack, who were in attendance.
Oh, yes. So Jimmy Zebach, Captain Jack, Houston Raiders Steve, Black Panther Raider. We saw a bunch of people that we know in the shots.
That's
They were
awesome.
panning around the Hall of Fame.
So they were probably on the YouTube. You could go and probably
you
pull
could,
those up.
Yeah, you can
Awesome.
find it. And I even took a screenshot of the one of Jimmy Zebach, and I'm like, this is Jimmy Zebach. It's the guy that designed our logos. Like,
Oh, man,
you could
that's
see
so
so
cool.
many people that we know in those. Of course, Gorilla Rilla and all that. But like, it was so cool. Yeah. Sorry.
No, that's all right. Of course, all of the above happened after our game against the Jaguars on Thursday night. Before I mention the game itself, I'd like to talk about Josh McDaniels. I don't mind admitting I was skeptical when we signed him as head coach. I knew his history and success as a coordinator at the Pats. But that wasn't my concern. I was dubious as to whether he'd be able to handle the pressure. So I was hoping for a more experienced coach. The microscope is now very much on him. I know he's worked for one of the most demanding head coaches in history, the best quarterback in the game, and an owner that rules with an iron fist, all of which brings its own pressure. But he wasn't the head guy then. He is now. And he won't be able to cheat his way out of things when things get tough, like Kraft, Belichick, and Brady did. Ooh. This is now 100% his.
Shots fired.
Yeah, across the bow. Here comes one. This is now 100% his team. He is one of the biggest pressure cookers in the world. Now that he's in Vegas and the expectation of Raider Nation can swallow you up pretty quickly if you can't handle things. It's a hell of a job to take on as your first head coaching role. I've said all that to say this. From day one, at his first press conference to last Thursday night, he's really impressed me with all the ways he dealt with everything. Watching him at training camp, he looks like the part he's creating is solid, progressive, win-focused atmosphere around the guys. My fears about him are being eroded by the day. He has my full backing now. I wish him all the luck in the world, and I hope he gets a winning start to the campaign to make his life a little easier. Because if he does manage to pull this off and he makes us real contenders again, then a statue outside the Death Star will be his. In defense of myself and my permission and paranoia, I guess my optimism meter has taken a beating over the years. There have been too many Norv Turners, Lane Kiffins, Dennis Allens, and I got a little too ahead of myself. Excuse me. Pardon me.
Would you take a drink in the break?
I need to. Jeez, oh, you're killing me, Paul. McDaniels has brought something different to the Raiders this year, though. It's tangible around the facility, and you could cut the positive atmosphere with a knife. Well said. So, what did we learn from the Jaguars game? Of course, we have to put everything in context, but I was really pleased with the way things went. We looked focused and well organized. We were ready to go from the first whistle, and we went at the Jaguars hard, fast, and with discipline. There was chopping and changing with some players playing multiple positions as the game went on. Any players that have adaptability are going to be busy this year. The coaches seem to like that. Jarek Stidham he allayed any fears about the backup quarterback position with a competent showing. That's really true. He did a great job.
Yeah.
Austin Walter, Zamar White, Tyron Johnson, and Lester Colton all showed flashes of quality, and Amir Abdullah already has the best touchdown celebration
Oh my
in the
God,
NFL,
that was awesome.
right?
Legit, yeah.
Absolutely. We also learned that we all need to find somebody that looks at you the way Derek Carr looks at Devontae Adams. And that, sadly, Chris Collinsworth is still a ball ache. I disagree with those who think these games are unimportant. They're exactly the opposite, because these are the guys that will be the depth of the roster. So they should be treated with more importance, not dismissed as just preseason. And anyway, it was Raiders football, and any Raiders football and any Raiders win is a good thing. Bring on the Vikings. Stay safe, RFR family. Love you, Raider Nation. His Lordship, the Royal Scribe, Paul Egerton, Shropshire, Mississippi, Pauly Award winner 2019 and 2022, Foggy Glasses Award winner 2020, BRT Sizzler scorekeeper, proud made man, five-time +1 winner of the Raiders Fan Radio BRT Sizzler Award.
Paul! Nice job, Paul!
Paul. Paul.
Paul?
Paul. 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 Paul.
Paul. That screaming one is one of my favorite.
Paul. Paul.
Paul, your name Paul? Paul. Paul.
I met him with Paul. Who? Paul.
Paul, yes, Paul.
Paul's not here. Hey, Paul. Paul.
Hi. I'm Paul.
I'm Paul.
Yeah, you are. We appreciate you, Paul, holding it down for Silver and Black UK over there in Shropshire, Mississippi, otherwise known as England. And we appreciate you. We appreciate you, my man. Absolutely, man. We appreciate Paul and so many of our good friends over there in Europe and the greater UK. I mean, we see our numbers, and like Mosh was only half joking. Like, you look at the heat map of our listeners, we have a lot of listeners in the UK. It's awesome. Scotland.
Oh, I know.
Northern Ireland.
And I was kidding about Tanzania. I mean, everybody knows that it's on the east coast of the continent of Africa, right below the equator over there by the Uganda and all that. But we have listeners on the continent of Africa. We have listeners on the continent of Asia and Europe and South America, and we really are like number one. We're in the top 5 in so many of those places. And Armed Forces Radio, we were up there in Armed Forces Radio too. So yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
It's very cool.
And
there are some of those. It's not even just like football podcasts, and some of those were like the top sports podcasts.
Yes,
which is bananas. And so 80. For those of you that are new to the show, and this isn't a braggy thing, it's just saying it. 80 countries is what we have, and I need to check that. I haven't checked in a hot minute. Once upon a time, it was 80 countries where you could hear Raiders Fan Radio. Anyways,
and I'm not even sure I could name 80 countries.
Oh.
And I used to teach geography, but I never made them know over more than 12. You know, and France was not one of them. All right, here we go.
I could name 80. I don't know if, okay, let's throw this around the room. What could you name 80 of, chat room? I bet you I could name 80 Raiders. How about you, Jeff? What could you name 80 of?
Sandwiches.
I was going to say that you stole. I was going to say things that I've eaten at Domenico's.
Menu items?
Yeah. Different types of cheese.
Different types of cheese I ate in August.
Yeah. You'd be like freaking, you'd be like Bubba and Forrest Gump. You'd be like, provolone, mozzarella, smoked mozzarella.
That's right.
Oh my God,
80 is a good number. I think I've got 80 ex-wives.
Oh my God!
That's not that funny.
Trinidad says beers. Yeah, we've seen you consume 80 of them at a time.
Trinidad.
Good Pokemon, numbers, horror films. Michelle said horror films.
Oh, horror films.
Yeah,
Good deal.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Pokemon. Oh, John, numbers. That's funny. What could you name 80? 80 numbers. And that's more than like 2/3 of us in here.
Did you see what Kill Jada said?
Oh, what did he say?
About Andy Reid?
Yeah, he said Andy Reid can name 1,000 things he ate in 2 days.
And they
hashtag fat of the week.
Fat.
There it is.
Week.
You look like melted ice cream.
I can actually hear you getting fatter.
Says he's fat.
Who's fat? Too fat. Big fat fatty.
That might be my favorite soundbite.
That's so good. We got to move on, bro.
We got to get back on track. All right, so let's kick it off with the callers. We've got a ton to get to tonight. We're going to start off the callers with the man that we call the capo, because every crew needs a captain, and he's the captain of the made men and made women. And so let's check in with our good friend Aaron, the Q-Dog Raider.
Greetings, I'm Murph Kasich, Larry Moss. On the boss Sonny, got Sergeant at Arms, the Sizzler, Big Raider Trucker, Mojo from the Universe Speech, Ramon the Mean King, Swag Jeff, Y.O. Raider, Chuck, Splatterhead McCann from the Inebra Nation.
Cool Kev says Andy Reid is a gravy sommelier. That's the funniest thing I've ever read.
Cool, Kev. Gravy sommelier.
How do people come up with this stuff?
Picture freaking Andy Reid table side, pour a little bit in a glass. Yeah, that'll do.
What I believe this is chicken giblet, and it's got it's a 2021 aroma. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! You know, I get a little chitlins on the back end. You know,
it's a good vintage.
Oh my gosh! Oh, that's funny as shit. Good job, cool, Kev. Gravy sommelier. All right, here we go.
Face hurts.
Nation, thoughts on the snapshot of our 2022 Raiders from last week's Hall of Fame game. Point number 1, Lester Cotton may just be that stud we needed, right guard. Number 2, Josh Jacobs starting at running back. Now, that says a couple of things to me. Was he being showcased for a possible trade, or was he feeling the heat from the competition that's starting to mount inside that running backs room? Now, the backup QB battle is looking pretty interesting. However, fourth-year quarterback, what's his guy's name? Jarrett Stidham, the expat, he's the obvious choice in order to be the backup this particular season. So I don't know if we're going to have an Auburn corner, in the southwest annex of the southeast, eastern, western, whatever direction in the fan cave that is occupied by my man, Swaggy J. It might just be something to think about. Number 4, adding to an already stacked offense, rookie Zamir Zeus White looked like a serious threat to crack the rotation. This guy's straight out of Georgia. I mean, White posted 52 yards on 11 carries. Most impressively, he showed the niftiness in space and also a wrecking ball type of mentality whenever it came to running through traffic. Now, third-year running back, Austin Walter, he rushed effectively, picking up 49 yards on 6.1 per carry, but it's all about Zeus, baby. Now, Big Raider Trucker and I will always be on the fence when it comes to Derek Carr's leadership ability and whether he's going to take us to a Super Bowl victory. But, at least DC4 is no flake. I mean, Green Bay, future Hall of Famer, yes, that guy, Aaron Rodgers, he's at it again, folks, off the field. This week, Rodgers, he created a little bit of buzz by revealing that he used psychedelic drugs before posting back-to-back MVP seasons back in 20 and 21. In addition, I just think this cat's selfish. I mean, that's my point on it. Not getting vaccinated, things of that sort. I mean, the whole Jeopardy deal. Come on, bruh. I'm talking about him going all Jabunta's fat back, drinking that psychoactive tea, Iuska, whatever you call that stuff. I mean, he's been a part of that mindfulness for a little while. And he was even quoted by saying, to me, one of the core tenets of your mental health is the self-love, Roger said, as transcribed by Sports Illustrated.
Call that one, Mosh.
That's what unconditional love is for me. Was always and has always will be. I mean, it's the only unconditional love for myself. It's the only way, unconditional self-love, that I'm truly able to unconditionally love others. Now, if you're buying that stuff, I got some crypto to sell you for real. FS1's Cowherd, that Cowherd, the reputed Raiders detractor who has us finishing last in the FC West that loves DC4, has also seemingly had enough of Rodgers' antics, believing the 38-year-old former MVP should just keep things to himself. I mean, what does the tattoo mean, he said? These are subtle hints towards retirement. I mean, I don't think Aaron Rodgers understands. I mean, I know that Aaron loves to be the smartest guy in the room, but I don't think he understands the power of his own words. Adding, you can't win the Super Bowl in 2022 with the weakest weaponry in the league, meaning that the Devontae Adams departure said far more about Rodgers than anybody else. Now, moving forward, hit the like button out there, nation, if you think that we need to go after Raekwon Smith. I wanted this guy out of Georgia, but Raekwon Smith is the absolute truth, and the Bears don't appreciate him. Sound familiar whenever we lost one of our linebackers to the Bears? I know 2 2019 first-round Raiders that I would love to give up in a package for this guy. Now, one mofo that definitely can't handle his liquor is Bay Area legend and former Raider Marshawn Lynch. He got busted again for DUI by the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department over the week. I mean, what is it going to take? How many of our Raiders got to get pulled over for DUI before, it starts to be a priority that Mark Davis needs to address. I mean, Nate Hobbs, Josh Jacobs, Henry Ruggs III. Call it F and cab, fellas. Silver lining Sunday. Once again, we get to watch another dress rehearsal for our Raiders. They're playing the Vikings. Skull fools. The hit list. Thor, Love and Thunder, the movie. Nick Mullins, Brandon Parker, Jackson Mahomes, Roger Goodell, Daniel Snyder, Jim Rome, Mike Wilbon, Jason Whitlock, and Insurrectionists. Rue, y'all.
All right, there he is. Aaron the Q-Dog Raider if you need him. Good job, Aaron. Appreciate Aaron. Always kicks off this segment for us. And, so Aaron called a second time.
He did.
And, normally we don't play Aaron's calls back. Well, we'll do anything for Aaron. But, normally we don't play calls back-to-back. But this is a very important call.
It doesn't take a nation of millions to simply know there's one romantic truth. Raiderettes simply do it better by dialing 909-345-3346.
So there you go. Dial 909-345-3346.
Capo, I just want to say we've been thinking a lot about you, bro. I know you had that connection to Kentucky, and you guys had some pretty bad flooding up there, and I know you got peeps and friends up there. So keeping you in our thoughts and prayers, my brother.
Absolutely. And look forward to seeing Aaron and so many of our good friends down here in Tennessee. So if you want to meet Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, the great Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, just come on down to Nashville for the Raiders-Titans game coming up at the end of September.
Let me just say this.
Please do.
You need to get there early. You need to get there often, but you got to get in line because walking across the bridge from the bar to the stadium with Aaron is an experience.
Absolutely.
We of all the weird things that happened in the dang draft when we were there with 625,000 of our closest friends, walking across the pedestrian bridge.
Yes.
We laughed so hard. We were walking with Aaron, and there was people going both ways, and it didn't matter who you were or what you were wearing. And Aaron would pick the biggest guy walking. And he'd go, "Hey, bro, just how big a boy are you?" And you're wearing that Kansas City jersey? Oh, that's really nice. How big? Yeah, keep walking, fella.
Anything Ohio related, they got the OH. Anybody that was Penn State, they got the We Are.
Oh my God,
he was just
funny. You have to do that. If you are coming to town, you need to be following right behind Q, just listening. Get your microphones out. It's a riot.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Aaron chirping in the best ways around the draft. He did it both times that we've seen him for the draft.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. But anyways, so there's our good friend, Aaron the Q-Dog Raider. And definitely come see us when you're in Tennessee. All right, let's get to the rest of the calls. We've got 9 of these to get to. No, 10. So let's go ahead and kick them off. We're going to burn through these as we're getting close on time. Let's start off with our good buddy up. Oh, so wait, let me just say real super fast. I put out the call this week. I put out the call last week. I was like, hey, call the show. Like, we love our regular callers, but call the show. You guys did it. You came out and represented, and we are so very appreciative of all the calls. So let's check in first off with our buddy up there in Utah, and he is Raider Rue.
What's up, RFR crew, Raider Nation? This is Raider Rue. I was just at the park with my kids, and Murph yelled at me to call. Well, not me directly, but when I opened the video, I took it as that, so I'm calling. And I'll say that based off of the first preseason game, that there are 2 players the Raiders cannot risk playing in the preseason. One, Derek Carr, but not directly because the backups are so bad or anything like that, but because we cannot risk losing Colton Miller to injury in the preseason as we have 0 viable backup left tackle options. So therefore, can't play him in the preseason. You can't risk Derek Carr. So those 2 guys, I feel, should not play this preseason because it's not worth the risk. All right, thanks, guys. Go Raiders.
All right, appreciate you, Raider Rue. And there's a lot of tackles out there still too. So you feel like the Raiders aren't done yet. Like, you got Darrell Williams, Eric Fisher, Dwayne Brown, Bobby Massey, Brandon Snell, Tyrell Crosby are all out there. Jeff, you think they're going to sign a tackle to at a minimum be a swing?
Yeah, I think so. I think they're going to try to add depth, especially with the injuries. We had 2, I think, right? 2 injuries.
Parker for sure. Parker's done. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I hope, health wise, I hope he gets heals up and gets better. But God, he was bad last year.
And he was bad in the Hall of Fame game too, man. He was a turnstile.
So I think we got to move on and get somebody else in there to be that swing guy that can rotate in, because you always got to have extra linemen. They get nicked up, they get rolled up from play to play, and you just never know when you need another one.
Absolutely.
And we watch one team. Okay, we watch all the teams, but But we focus in, we zero in, we are watching our guys, right? And so we've got 100 of them out there, however many it is, and a lot of them are going to get released and they're going to get picked up by other people. But there's also 31 other teams out there doing the same thing, releasing folks. And so when we're way down in a position, there's going to be some good guys that are going to get released.
Absolutely.
That we're going to be looking at. So, why we release folks, hoping them the best to go elsewhere and further their career, we're looking at those that have been released elsewhere to further be on this championship team.
Absolutely. Yep. Good call, Mosh. That's good. I like how Ron the Materator in the chat room says turnstile is how he plays.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong. All right, let's check in with our next caller. So this is really cool. Surprising to hear from this caller. He wants to go by the unknown Raider fan.
Okay.
Murph, Mosh, Swag Head. So, I'm calling the show. Never called before.
Nope.
Long-time listener, first-time caller. I don't want to say who I am, but there needs to be more of Uncle Mosh. There's not enough of him. He does his rants and everything, and I play them over and over and over again. But there's just not enough of Uncle Mosh. That's all I got to say. Hey, Murph. It's me again. People always start these things. Hey, Murph. Hey, Murph. Hey, Murph. Because you're the one that leaves the messages. You got that swaggy kid. He's okay. And that quarterback dude that makes the sandwiches and the cannolis, yeah, he's okay sometimes too. And once in a while we hear from your I guess he's your cousin, right, Sonny? But if you would have that Uncle Mosh guy, the dulcet tones of Mosh's voice, he's amazing. Have him do this so that when people call, they would go, hey, Uncle Mosh, please pass along to Murph. Or please, hey, Uncle Mosh, please pass along to Swag or whatever. But maybe he should answer the phone and leave the message. I'm just saying, I think it would greatly improve your show. Okay. This is my second call. I want to just be the unknown Raider fan. Okay. Not that I got a bag on my head. I don't want people to know who I am. Okay. Bye. Hey, Murph, this is my third call. This is the unknown Raider fan. I just need to tell you a little bit about me. I live east of the Mississippi, in the southern region below the Mason-Dixon line. And I'm a transplant. I grew up in California, right South Bay, right, south of San Francisco. And I grew up in the 70s, started watching the Raiders. But anyway, I gotta tell you one last time. Is there a Mosh fan club? I know back in the early days when he came on, there was the Moshers. That would be great if we could reinstitute that. That would be wonderful. There needs to be more Mosh paraphernalia. You got that stupid summer of Swag, but come on. It needs to be the millennial of Mosh. But anyway, we have a. And no, this is all. Okay, see you.
Google Voice.
Sorry, unknown Raider fan.
Golly,
he was doing so good.
So that only counts as his first call,
That's his
right?
one call.
You can't do 3 calls in a row.
No,
What is he trying to break the rules or something?
Yeah, no, you can't. That guy would never do that.
I'm so glad I got a fan.
Yeah,
that is awesome.
Yeah,
thank you, unknown Raider fan. Maybe we'll just call him the unknown Mosh fan.
Yeah, there you go. And call 2 more times, and you could become the next made man.
Yeah. QB Jeff says, maybe my fan club could be called the Mosh Pit.
Oh, love it.
Nice.
It's got to go into it.
Call us again, unknown Raider fan. Please call us again.
My favorite comment, though, came from Michelle Sweat, who said the call is coming from inside the house. That was the best. Good job, Michelle. All right, here we go. Next up, let's check in with our buddy, the Raider Karaoke Kid. So last week I played the Where in the World is Carmen Brasillo line. Mm-hmm. Well, so leave it to the Raider Karaoke Kid to pick up that ball and run with it.
Sweet.
Well, he came from New England with McDaniels reunited, brought a new approach to the trouble blocking schemes. Now all of Raiders I'm so excited. Tell me.
Carmen Brasillo still
Niners cry uncle while protecting Derek Carr. All the rest will sing the blues. Let Bob Miller and Andre help them navigate the jungle. Tell me. Carmen Brasillo go from Nashville to Vegas and then Kansas City, New Orleans and Jacksonville. Yeah, we just win. They'll desecrate the Broncos from all over Los Angeles. Got a young rising all the promise we can see. Going to work our will while driving to the playoffs. Tell me.
Carmen Brasillo.
She'll beat the Colts and the Texans and go to Seattle, make the trip to LA, then eastward to Pittsburgh. Well, he'll travel around the globe and he'll bolster the nation with his multi-position players. He's gonna bring the greatness back. So let's cheer on the troops, offer up a loud ovation. Tell me.
Carmen Brasillo.
All right, there is
That's
a Raider
amazing.
Karaoke Kid.
That was good.
Nice job, Raider Karaoke Kid. All right, next up, let's go down to Houston. Let's check in with our good buddy. We call him the Houstorian. He is Houston Raiders Steve.
Murph, Marsh, Swag, Jeff Nation, Houston Raiders Steve. Boy, what a great weekend up there in Canton this weekend. We all got up early in the morning, took the bus down, went to the parade. Our tickets were reserved in the Chargers bleachers. No Charger fans to be found. Go figure. All the legends. We had some signs made up that we did, thanks to Rhinestone. And when Franklin went by, we were saying, "You trapped it, you trapped it. The ball hit the ground. The ball hit the ground." It's great seeing Jim Kelly and all the other legends. And when Mark Davis went by in the Jeep, Cliff Branch, Rhinestone ran out and gave the flowers to his sister. Mark was really impressed. We're all dressed up loud and everything. Raider fans are loud. Go figure. Anyway,
Right.
Went to the ceremony. It was very emotional for me. I'm a Houstonian like Cliff is. Worthing High School he went to. His sister was up there, and I was just so darn proud. 24.5 yards per catch, 3 Super Bowl wins. He would put his Super Bowl ring on your finger and take a picture with you. And just all the great memories and everything of Cliff. I was lucky to go to his funeral, and that was a touching moment. And just thinking about how long it was, I wish we could have gotten Cliff and Kenny in before they passed away, but we got them in. That's all that counts. Go Raiders. I tell you what, Cliff was so awesome, man. He was a fan favorite. He never turned down an autograph. Just a great guy. Thanks. Goodbye.
Goodbye. All right, there he is, Houston Raider Steve. Yeah, so cool. The Houston Raider Steve was there. Raider Gears and Threads, that's our buddy Jay. He says, hey, I was there for that too. So many of friends of the show were in Canton for the induction ceremony, and that was so cool to see everybody on screen. And Jay sent us pictures of like him at the airport, and like he's got his bottle there with his Raiders fan radio sticker on and stuff. It was so cool, man. So we appreciate everybody that represented Raider Nation so very, very well that went to that event. All right, next up, let's check in with our good buddy down in he's down in Vegas. He is Cody, and we call him Cool Cody.
Hey, this is Cody Thompson, a.k.a. Cool Cody, and just giving a call because I just had to say that my wife has been rocking the Merce Fan Cave shirt that I got from you guys in Vegas.
Nice, nice.
For the draft, and it's funny to me because she's never been a Raiders fan until last year, so I'm a proud husband seeing her embrace the Raiders and embrace you guys. It's just awesome. But really, I'm calling because I want to get you guys' thoughts. I have a really bad feeling that something's going on with Waller. And there was smoke last year. There's kind of smoke this year about his contract and his injury and kind of playing injured, maybe hooky a little bit. I don't know, but it's just kind of a little bit troublesome at this point. I don't know. Talk me off the ledge, you guys. But that was it. Go Raiders.
All right, what do you think, QB Jeff? Talk him off the ledge.
I think we're good. I feel like I read a comment from him not too long ago that said he's not worried about his contract. That'll get worked out, and he's here to play ball and do everything he can. So
Absolutely. Which is, I mean, it's kind of like, do you think is that player speak or is that like, you know what I mean? He's a high character guy, right?
Yeah, he just kind of seems like the guy he is. You know, that just kind of seems like his MO. He's going to keep to himself and do what he needs to do and get ready for the season. And he's going to have, I think, the most opportunity this year than he's ever had.
I agree. And, you know, I think that, like, the Raiders have a limited amount of cap. They got enough cap space to sign him for sure.
Yeah.
But you got to get through the preseason and you got to see, like, if there's any other major injuries or whatever. Like, they got to leave themselves a little bit of room, but it wouldn't surprise me if this thing gets done before the start of the season. You know what I mean? Which we just got a few weeks left, and I would imagine Waller gets signed.
I like a player that says, you know, I'm just going to leave it to my agent. You give him all that money. You pay him. You pay him with your blood, sweat, and tears to do a job. Let him do his job, and then just you do your job. He'll do his job. And so, for me, I like that. I like a guy that says, they'll work it out. They'll work it out. I just want to play ball.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Let me just play ball.
Absolutely, and shout out, no free shout outs. The new Bussin' with the Boys episode. Darren Waller is on there. I only just heard like the first 5 minutes of the interview today, but you know those Bussin' guys, man. We'll comp that he gets Raiders on that show all the freaking time.
Right.
And this new Waller interview is supposedly just be an awesome interview. Swag heard it earlier today, and he was like, "You got it. It's a must listen." So we're going to check that out very, very soon. All right, next up, let's go to. So when you call the show, especially if you're a new caller, tell us your name. Like, we want to know what your name is. I know where
your handle.
Or your handle, whatever. Yeah. Give us something to identify you so we can name you a made man or a made woman. And so this is a caller in the 775, which I know now because I looked it up, is the entire state of Nevada sans Clark County. So Clark County, where Vegas is its own area code. The entire rest of the state is all 775.
Oh, wow.
So this guy could be from Carson City. He could be from Reno. He could be from
Nye County.
Nye County, thank you.
Which is which is the third largest county in the United States, maybe even the world.
Really?
It's unbelievable. Nye County is huge.
It's all desert or something?
Yeah, it's bigger than Rhode Island. I mean, yeah.
Wow,
yeah,
no kidding.
Yeah.
No kidding. Can you name 80 cities in Nevada?
I've been married in 42 of them. I would go into sales, and the guy going, "Oh, you taking a road trip, Salt?" Okay, here we
go. Next up, caller in the 775.
What's up, guys? Fairly new listener here. Been listening for about a year now. Was wondering if you guys had any superstitions about this year. Because with the Raiders, seems like every year we got something that happens. Do you guys have any superstitions or things that worry you that you might not want to bring to life? All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. Appreciate you calling to 775. So I'm not superstitious, but I'm stitious. Like, I'm the guy that wears the same jersey. Like, if like Derek Carr needs to have a big game, I'll wear like a quarterback jersey. I'll wear like a Stabler jersey. Or if we want to see like Darren Waller have a big day, I'll wear like Casper. Like, I have those kinds of things. I'll wear certain socks, like that kind of stuff. Now, so you as a former player, I mean, we all played somewhat, but you by far had the highest level of competition. Did you have any superstitions around playing, and do you now as a fan?
Absolutely. Yeah. So like my pregame like ritual was always like the same. And if I like coming out of my meals, like I would want to eat the same thing and listen to the same playlist. And then like as a fan, if we play good, like on a Sunday, the next Sunday I'm wearing the exact same thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if I happen to like switch it up and we play terrible, like I won't wear that outfit again.
Okay.
Like, I just get rid of it.
Okay.
So like I definitely very superstitious.
Mosh?
I'm an absolute fan of superstition. Don't believe in any of them. I've coached athletes. As a wrestling coach, my first state champion, God rest his soul, Brian. He would find pennies, and he would keep them, and he'd put them in his gym bag, right? And the guy lost like 2 matches in his entire, between his junior and senior year. Went undefeated, won the state, blah blah blah. But so it got to the point where his dad would come up to me before a match and he'd go, "Here." And he'd hand me a handful of pennies and he'd go throw these outside. So I'd go throw them outside. And one time I threw 4 of them outside and they all landed heads down. And the kid came in and he was sweating, man. And I'm like, "What are you doing, bro?" And he's like, I couldn't find any pennies. I go, "Did you look out the back door? Did you look right out the back door?" And he's like, "Yeah, but they were all heads down." And I'm like, "Shh.
What are the odds of that?
Give me 5 seconds and then go check again." But my all-time favorite sports superstition, and again, God rest his soul, Bill Russell. And I tell this to my acting kids, because people that get stage fright and stuff like that. Barbara Streisand to this day still gets stage fright, still vomits. This woman's been in performing for 6-7 decades, right? But Bill Russell used to puke before every game.
Really?
And before every game. And so there's the famous story. They were going, I can't remember if it was for their first championship or second championship, and their famous coach of the Celtics, was it Red Auerbach?
Uh-huh.
Red Auerbach goes, "Where's Russell? Where's Russell? Somebody give him a garbage can, have him puke, and let's go." And that was that was his fired up. And I've butchered the story a little bit, but I love Superstitions. I love the meal and and the pacing and the all the stuff that goes along with it. I don't believe in any of it, especially as a fan, because there's no way that we can affect what we're watching on a delay on television.
That's not true.
But it's a lot of fun, and especially in the theater world. I never tell my kids good luck. I always tell them break a leg. I don't say Macbeth in the theater. I call it that little Scottish play. Stuff like that. I love Superstitions, so I think it's great. I don't do any of it, but I think it's great.
It's fun, and same thing. And I think that if in minimum, and especially for an athlete's perspective, it's ritual. Like you hear Fred was ridiculous with his pregame routine. He would cut the sleeves on his jersey the exact same way, and if he messed it up and there was one, like Kenny talks about in his book in Snake, like if there was one thread off or whatever, he'd take it off and he'd start all over again. He'd retie his shoes and redo his socks, and Freddie was like a maniac in terms of his pregame but that was part of his ritual. It wasn't quote you know what I mean?
Well, and that's what becomes a superstition,
right?
It's that ritual becomes, well, if I didn't have but in all reality, if you've got a knot that's wrong on your foot and you can feel it and it's bothering you, then your mindset is not where it needs to be. So having that, I think personally Superstitions are good for focus. As a coach, I think Superstitions are great for focus, because it means that you're thinking about what you're going to do.
Absolutely.
And that's for me. I think I'm all for them.
Good deal. Good call there. Hey, great call out there, caller in the 775. Appreciate the question, and keep them coming. 2 more, and we'll refer to you as the next made man here at Raiders Fan Radio, and let us know your name or your handle or whatever, or we'll just call you the caller in the 775. Yeah. All right.
You can join the mosh pit.
There you go. All right, next up, we mentioned him a few minutes ago. Let's check in with our good buddy Jay Jackson. He is the president of the Arizona Raider Nation, as we proudly display some of their stuff here that we got from Jay. And let's check in with Jay on his Hall of Fame trip.
Hello, Murph, Uncle Mosh, Swaggy Jeff, and the Raider Fan Radio Nation. This is Jay Jackson from the Arizona Raider Nation media and travel team, and the content creator of Raiders Gear and Threads. So I just got back from the 2022 NFL Hall of Fame game and enshrinement, where our own Cliff Branch number 21, Speed Kills, was inducted. It was my first time, and what an experience it was. I went to the Hall of Fame parade, the Hall of Fame game. I did a lot of shopping in their store. I met Raider fans from Maine, Virginia, Ohio, New Jersey, New York, Florida, Pennsylvania, California, D.C., England, and many more. There was a lot there. There were signings and photo ops from a lot of present and past Raiders, and as well as the front office personnel. So I just want to say that you should add this event to your list of places to attend, because you're going to enjoy it. Take care, everyone. And also, guys, did you see that shout out the new president of the Las Vegas Raiders, Mrs. Sandra Douglas Martin, gave to our club? Yeah, it was freaking awesome. Remember, everyone, hit that like button and share this RFR video.
Thank you, Jay.
See you in Nashville. Raiders.
Raiders. Love it, Jay, man. We appreciate you, my friend, and look forward to seeing you in Tennessee. And he got a shout out for his booster club there from Sandra Douglas Morgan. That was very, very cool. All right, next up, let's go check in with our buddy. So this is the guy when we did the Summer Swag, the big giveaway at Summer Swag was the Hunter Renfrow helmet. That's the one that Jeff, you did such a great job of the tally for the.
I did.
What was the name of that thing we do? Oh yeah,
that summer thing.
No, but what was the show we do? Oh yeah, the Fanny Awards.
The Fanny Awards. Yeah.
There you go. It's getting late. All right, so on the Fanny Awards, we gave away the helmet, and our buddy OG Daniel won it, and so OG Daniel called, and so let's check in with him.
Murph, Murph Moss, Swaggy Jeff.
Love
this
his
is
voice.
OG Jack Daniels from the Chronicles of the Black Hole. I received that Hunter Renfrow autographed helmet this week. I love this fucking helmet, man. I can't stop looking at it. Anyway, so I want to talk about the Raiders, this preseason Hall of Fame game, and they look focused. They look disciplined. And they've got 10 days to, watch the film and make improvements. I think we're going to be all right. And, wow, it's a great fucking helmet. Just wanted to say. So I was watching Mike Florio and his piss boy, Chris Sims. They were doing a story just like a week ago. And that fucking moron is still
I missed one. I missed one.
He kicked off Carr's Twitter. Come on, man. Grow up. And realistically, let's talk about Mike Florio. And the world of sports journalism, he's the colostomy bag, okay? There's no crap coming out of him. But anyways, I want to get back into it. I'm looking forward to a really great season this year. I think we're going to be a lot better. And then on the Raiders channel, I got to watch this little 2.5-minute video Tuesday of Uncle Mosh mic'd up. I don't know if you got to see it. It was pretty cool. Anyway, did I mention I love this fucking helmet? I got to go before the this Google app eats my soul, but I just want to say, go Raiders.
All right, good job, OG.
So good.
So funny. I love it. He says, did you see the 2.5-minute video of Uncle Mosh? That was great. All right, there he is, OG Daniel. All right, just two more to get to before we get out of here for the night. Let's check in with our good friend, also another guy we're going to see here in Tennessee coming up the end of the month. He is Mojo in San Diego.
Yo, fellas, Mojo, San Diego. What up to the crew? You know who you are. Listen, man, I'm just so fired up. This might come in a little late, man, because it's Wednesday. Y'all about to shoot the show. I probably missed the cutoff, but if I didn't, I'm just so fired up, man. We a month away from the regular season. We're gonna be in LA in 30 days, 31 days, something like that, playing the first game of the year. I can't wait. I hope you guys are as fired up as I am. I never wish for anybody to get hurt, but it wouldn't. I mean, I guess it really wouldn't hurt my feelings too bad if Khalil Mack didn't finish the game. Anyway, baby.
He might get pulled.
Oh my gosh, there he is, Mojo, man. We appreciate you, Mojo. Great one, man. I didn't ask you, Jeff, about this. Did that hurt your feelings a little bit seeing old Khalil in powder blue?
Not really.
No?
I mean, no, it didn't hurt my feelings. I mean, I was more hurt when he left the first time. So for him going to our rival, it's whatever.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Fair enough. All right, let's go one more. And so crowd favorite. We haven't heard from him in a hot minute, but we are back into the season, so we always get calls from this guy in season. I mentioned him earlier at one of the tops of the shows. He is from the Canary Islands. He is the Italian-born, but more importantly, Raider-born Rico.
Hey guys, Raider-born Rico here. So after watching that game, the Hall of Fame game, I can tell you how the Raiders gonna look like under McDaniels and Graham, and they're gonna look like a new wave of freshness in the air during a heat wave. That's how they're gonna look like. With all that say, I love you all. Cheers to all of you. Oh, let me pour a drink with you.
Salud.
Salud.
Some whiskey. Pour some whiskey. There you go. So cheers to all of you, and I'm out.
Cheers. Salud.
Salud, Rico. All right, there you go. Good stuff there. We appreciate Raider-born Rico. And Mosh, that brings us to the end of the calls this week. And so...
what a night.
What a night. And so we award to all the callers or emailers the best of the week. We call it the Sizzler Award. And who do we have this week? What did I miss? Something in the chat. I'm back.
What?
When random laughing.
Now my coworker is looking at me weird, and I have to explain why I'm suddenly naked.
Rico has that effect. Oh my gosh.
We kicked off our emails tonight with 3 great emails. And Raider Shank got made. We were excited about that. Paul had his great take as usual. And then Capo jumped in on the voicemails, gave us a rundown, what he thought of the game, what things are to come. Raider Rue, who should play in the preseason? Unknown Raider fan was by far the number one choice for the Sizzler, and then got nailed by Google.
So he's ineligible.
So he's ineligible. So sorry, buddy. Where is Carmen's song by Raider Karaoke Kid? Houston Raider Steve gave a real and emotional recap about Canton. It was wonderful. We had two of those. Jay Jacks from Threads, Gear and Threads, talked about Canton, said that it should be on everybody's bucket list. Caller in the 775 got us going on Superstitions, gave us some great topics there to talk about. Cool Cody said, is he worried about the Raiders? I don't know. I don't know. OG Daniel, he loves his effing helmet. And then, of course, Mojo, he's so fired up. And then Rico talked about the Raiders being a new wave of fresh air. So tonight, once again, with his take on a song, Carmen, for Raider Karaoke Kid.
I am the Sizzler.
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 Sizzler. Sizzler.
So somebody asked me one time, they go, so what about the chat room? Is the chat room eligible for Sizzlers? And the chat room is not eligible for Sizzlers, but they are eligible for other awards. Tonight, of course, we had one that you will hear again in about a year on the Fannies.
Yeah.
Cool Kev, you are a Foggy Glasses nominee for your comment. Andy Reid is a gravy sommelier.
We are Metallica, and we are here for your Oakland Raiders!
You know why we out here, and we ain't playing around today.
From The Walking Dead to errant Jedi Knights, Raiders fans are a rogues gallery.
Hollins, Mac Hollins.
You know what, Raider Shank? You got a good shot at it. Raider Shank says, I'm going for Rookie of the Year for the 2023
nice,
thing. You got a shot at it,
good
buddy.
Good call.
You might be the youngest.
Aaron the Q-Dog Raider says, effing show tunes get Uncle Mosh every time.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. But you know what? I got to tell you, though, OG Daniel, keep them coming.
That was good.
Anytime you can slip an F-bomb by Murph, you're also in the running for a Fanny Award for the best F-bomb slipped by the censors award. We otherwise known as the Michelle Award.
Michelle Award, because in honor of not only Michelle Sweat, but your sister.
Yeah. We call it the Michelle Award.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Your sister, Michelle Murphy, dropped the inaugural F-bomb here on the Raiders Fan Radio Live. Yeah, that was so funny, dude. That was great. All right, so are your family coming out for the game?
That's the plan as of right now. So my brother's talking about it. I hope my mom can make the trip. She had heart surgery a couple months back, so
she's
all right? Recovering. She's feeling better little by little, day by day. If we can keep her ass out of the deli, she went down to the deli like 3 weeks after, and I called her. I was like, "What the hell are you doing?" The Italians, man, they'll work to the day they die.
And she's in a deli.
Yeah.
So she's Italian and she's in a deli, and you're faulting her why?
Because she just said, I want her to live to see her freaking 70s and 80s.
It doesn't matter. She's Italian. She's in a deli. That's where we go.
I called my brother. I was like, what the hell are you doing? He goes, did you want me to try and tell her to get out of her own store? I said, I guess. I don't know. But she's doing better. So, yeah, good. I think all of them. I hope my sister comes out, Michelle. So it'd be cool to have former Raiderette out at the tailgate with us. So
yeah. Absolutely.
I think some of my group of 5 buddies might be coming up for the tailgate too.
Nice, dude. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So
we could get the Michelles in an F-bomb off.
That'd be great.
That's awesome. So we appreciate you, Raider Nation, tonight. Appreciate the two guys in the booth tonight, of course, the legendary Uncle Mosh and our good buddy QB Jeff. Thank you so much for coming in and joining us for Raiders Fan Radio. Appreciate Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, Raider Shank, Full Metal Mexican, Ty the Raider, Michelle Sweat is in there, T3, that's T-Hom, Dick Vitale, hey baby, is in there. Franklin 83 is in there. Let's see, what else we got? Watts Raider is in there. Appreciate everybody so very, very much. Right on the way out.
Hey, so we had some money given tonight too.
Oh,
Q-Dog pitched
call it
in,
out, call it
Tyrone pitched in. So we raised a few bucks for the One Nation Foundation. Thank you very much, folks. We appreciate y'all.
Thank you very much, and we've got some exciting stuff coming up very, very soon about the One Nation Foundation. But anyways, let me throw it over to my buddy QB Jeff. Go ahead and take us out of here. Tell us about the show. Tell us about your business, all that good stuff.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you having me. And guys, we're winning the Super Bowl this year. I don't know if you saw Thursday night, but the Raiders are winning the Super Bowl. We got to speak it into existence. Man, if you can't help us out, follow us at Group of Five Guys on all the social media. Give us a like. Give us a subscribe on the YouTube. It's good college football content. Domenico's Italian Deli. If you're in Alameda, California, or Murfreesboro, Tennessee, when you come to town, come grab a sandwich. Best sandwich you're going to get either this side of the Mason-Dixon or the other, depending on what side you're on. But appreciate you guys having me, man. And listen to us if you want to hear any good radio content for the college football season. WGNS Radio, Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Congratulations, dude.
On the Blue Raider game.
Absolutely.
So working my way up to the Las Vegas Raiders.
Hey, there we go.
Remember the little guys.
That's right.
Thanks, everybody, tonight for joining us. We appreciate you. For our missing buddy, Swaggy J, who called in his quota of stuff that he needed to do. We appreciate him. I got my buddy over there, QB Jeff. I got Murph, my little nephew over there. And you got your one and only old Uncle Mosh here. You've been listening to Raiders Fan Radio, where we've taken a lighter side journey into the dark side. Don't worry about the horse being blind. Just load the wagon, said our favorite coach, Coach Madden. Remember, what happens in Vegas started in Oakland. Mojo, I know you were here. Adios, malingerers. That one's for you. A donkey's a donkey. A muppet is a puppet. Good night, everybody. Be safe out there. It's raining. Yeah, it's raining here in the borough. Okay.
Hey, respect Darren Waller, 5 years sober today.
Woo-woo!
Much respect.
Good night, everybody. God bless.
Good night, YouTube.
Good night.